Quad pod.
Welcome to Guys Drinking Beers. What's up, fam? We got our first guest of the podcast, episode 15. Welcome to Guys Talking Fights. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
GTF.
Got our boy Vinny here. Vinny.
What up?
He is a full-time listener of the podcast.
Loyal fan.
Works with us.
That's all he does.
He
Just gets paid to listen to the podcast. 8 hours a day.
He's one of the 6 views we get.
Yeah,
right?
hell yeah. I think we're up to we're in the hundreds now for overall views.
Vinny,
Actually,
are you subscribed?
Overall views.
Yeah, overall views. We got like 400 or some shit.
Nice.
I am indeed subscribed, Ryan.
All right. Thanks for being subscribed, Vinny. Is this a lifelong dream of you being on the podcast, on this famous podcast?
Absolutely. Couldn't be happier to be here.
Thank God.
Only way he could have been happier is if he actually got a mic.
Yeah, we still got 3 mics.
We're working on it.
Yeah, me and Vin are gonna share, so we won't be talking probably quite as much because when we don't have the mic in front of us, we won't be able to jump in conversations. But that's okay.
You can yell.
Yeah, we could yell. We'll share. We'll
This
be
is-
good.
this
It'll
isn't
be
exactly
fun.
formal.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's not exactly formal.
Probably the most
tidy
informal
this up.
thing I do in my entire life.
Perfect.
So let's jump right into this past weekend.
Moving
huh?
on.
Jump right into this past weekend. UFC on ESPN 7. The first thing we want to cover from this past weekend is the ridiculous knockout by Makhmed Moradov. Had
Internet
an amazing
wins.
knockout over. What's that?
I said the internet wins.
Why is the internet win?
Do you want to elaborate, Zach?
That was so good. I had just seen the highlight on, I think it was Instagram, of Trevor Smith getting knocked out, and it was terrible. It was just awful.
Amazing knockout.
He got just jellied to the floor. His head
Ragdoll.
snapped. It was bad. It was bad. And then Ryan sends me a screenshot from Wikipedia that just says defeated via fatality.
Yes.
I'm sitting in a
The
pizza
internet
shop.
does win.
Too
Okay.
good.
I'm sitting in a
I see
pizza
why you're
shop.
saying that.
I'm on my phone. I'm like, oh, we'll just look at some results. And I see that one, so I have to screenshot
Fatality.
it. And I send it to you guys.
Fatality.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck did I just miss? And he sends me the video. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. That dude might have died.
Yeah. Oh, he did.
Yes, that was one of the comments too.
Oh, he did.
Oh, he did.
That was good. So that was
a
amazing.
performance of the night.
Performance of the night.
Yep.
Moving on from there, we got
The next performance
another.
of the night,
I was
right?
gonna say another performance of the night. At $50,000 going to one of my new favorite up and coming fighters. I've liked him since his last fight. I've been following him on Instagram. He's got like a YouTube thing that he's doing, like a series. I think it's called like Homebred Fighter or something.
It's got to be
right.
hunting
I don't
and
know what it
fishing.
is, something like that. But
Home
Bryce
style chicken.
Bryce,
right.
Bryce Mitchell.
That's just all he does. It's just
with the
bakes
second
chicken on
ever
YouTube.
twister
That'd be sweet.
for the finish.
Learned
in
it
the
on
submission
YouTube.
via twister.
He learned it right here on YouTube. This very channel.
Go ahead, Vin.
Obviously.
Give some insight on it.
I didn't watch that fight.
All right, never mind that.
Moving on.
Bryce Mitchell, he set it up nicely. He did what he had to do it, and he did it. Second ever twister. And Ryan, who was the other fighter that won via twister?
My boy Korean Zombie, who will be
right.
fighting pretty soon.
Yep. End of the month.
So both people,
Against Frankie Edgar?
yes,
Yeah.
both featherweights. Okay, so the two people that have
Careful.
gotten
Oh,
twisters
Jesus.
in the UFC are both featherweights, and they're both fighting this month. Korean Zombie and Bryce Mitchell.
And if I remember correctly, Korean Zombie said he learned how to do the twister
Off of
on
YouTube.
YouTube as well. So apparently no one's teaching that in actual gyms.
Only
It's
Eddie
just
Bravo.
all on YouTube.
They just lost from. They learned it from Eddie Bravo on YouTube. Fuck yeah.
Did Zombie say that too? Because I know that's what Bryce Mitchell said.
Mitchell said that. I don't
Yeah.
know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
What
I'm
Zombie
pretty
said.
sure Zombie did say that. though.
I'm just
Yeah.
fucking around.
I know
have
it
no
was
idea.
YouTube. I just don't know if it was Eddie Bravo. But either
Yeah,
way.
Mitchell looking good.
Sweet.
Anybody that you guys would like to see him possibly fight next?
It's got to be
Or-
low-level featherweight because he's not ranked yet.
He is not
So it's
ranked
got to be
yet.
somebody 10 or under.
That's pretty good. And maybe not ranked, but he's had 3 fights in the UFC. He's won all 3, and he won via twister. It's the only second twister ever in UFC history.
Trying to think of anyone at featherweight.
What is Calvin Cater ranked now? 'Cause
11th. I was just looking at him.
Is he still 11? Maybe
He is
Calvin
currently.
Kattar?
That'd be cool.
Could be Cater.
That'd be cool.
I dig that. I like that.
Cater,
Coming off a loss.
Cater versus Mitchell.
Yeah.
Cater just lost to
Zabit.
Zabit.
Magomed
Yes.
Sharapov.
That's right. That was a good fight. That was a pretty good fight.
He impressed me more than Zabit did.
He
Even though
looked good.
Zabit won that
Right?
fight.
Yeah. We talked about that too in like 2 or 3 episodes ago. That,
Mhm.
that was
That was one I didn't watch.
Interesting fight.
Sorry.
Oh god damn it! Zach.
Yeah, I know.
That's all good. And then we move on to I'm not sure how to say Billy's last name. Quarantillo. He absolutely dominated a fighter by the name of Jacob Kilburn. I believe it was both of their UFC debuts, and I just wanted to give Billy a shout out because he looked amazing. He
Hi, Billy.
absolutely. What's up, Bill? How are you doing, Bill?
Thanks for watching, Bill.
Thanks for watching, buddy. He just had a dominating performance, so that was a good one on the prelims. And then we can shoot up to the fight of the night. Rob Font, Ricky Simone.
Thought that was
Simone with the beautiful, what do you call it?
the mullet.
The mullet.
Oh, it
man.
was fucking beautiful. And I'm a hair type of guy. I'm like going off appearances. I look at people's tattoos, hair. That hair was fucking beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
It was. I mean, legit.
Good for him.
Yeah. For the hair or for the performance?
Really...
Oh, well, you're working on it. It's coming. It'll come.
Got some beautiful hair, Zach. Beautiful shiny head of hair.
If this video gets
round head.
if this video gets 5,000 views, I will grow out a mullet.
If this video gets,
say I'd grow hair.
if this video,
Like, I don't know if that's how it works.
if this video gets 10 comments, but not
Yeah.
by the
Yeah.
same person, 10 comments by 10 different people, I'll shave my head.
I'm gonna need names on those comments because I don't
I'll
know
shave
who the
my
hell
head.
anybody is.
Doesn't matter. 10 comments. 10 comments by different people, though.
Wait, let's
10
see how much hair
individual
you have.
comments.
That was a split decision, wasn't
What
it?
the fuck? Oh,
That was a split decision, was it not?
Font and Simone?
Yeah.
Just unanimous.
Okay.
It was unanimous.
I thought it was unanimous. Like, I thought Rob Font won pretty
Yeah.
easily, but I don't know why.
I think-
I'm not used to the refs giving out, like, correct decisions.
I would
Going by
judges-
the next fight that happened.
Well, staying on Font and Simone, I feel like right as soon as one of the judges said, I think it was like 30-27, I was like, all right, that's got to be Font.
shit,
Because
yeah.
I knew Font won at least one.
Yeah.
And Zach, the next
He
fight
looked
you were
really
ta-
good.
The next fight you're talking about?
Cody Stamen and Song Yadong.
What the fuck?
I thought that was bullshit.
What the fuck with that?
was weird.
Seriously. Vinny, weigh in, bro. You saw the fight, right?
Yeah, I did see
Main
that
card.
one. Yeah, I saw the whole main card. Yeah, that one was definitely weird because, Song Yadong obviously, need a down opponent in the head and, messed him up pretty good. And
Lost the point.
when you lose a point, like, and I think Cody Stamen won at least 2 of those 3 rounds. Like,
Yeah.
So it's kind of
3, right?
yeah.
That's
so
what made it really
I don't know how
difficult.
that ended in a draw. It just doesn't make any sense.
Right. That's what made it so difficult to end in a draw, is him losing a point.
The fact that one of the judges had it 29-28, so that means that judge had 29-27. That means that judge didn't have Cody winning a single round.
Yeah.
There's
Definitely, without a doubt, won rounds 2 and 3.
He just got confused as to who was who. I mean,
Jesus
actually that has happened.
anybody could have done it.
That has happened. One of the judges was like, "Oh, I thought he was the red corner," and it was Mike Pierce. It was a split decision win for Mike Pierce because one of the judges gave it to the other guy.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That
look it up,
sucks.
people. Mike Pierce.
Look it
Forgot,
up.
forgot who the other guy was.
Vinny Pierce.
Vinny Pierce.
Hey!
Can we use last names on the podcast?
I don't give a fuck. My name's Will Waldau. Waldau. Google me.
Social security number.
Social security number 04287433622.
Interesting. Okay.
I just made that up.
Okay,
I don't know,
good.
I just made
His
up a
phone
number.
number.
I was gonna say.
Can I get that again? Oh, I made that up. Oh, I totally made that up.
Don't try it.
How about let's move on to Aspen Led. Good for Aspen Ladd.
Arya
getting
Stark.
the third round TKO. Yeah, Arya Stark. That was the Game of Thrones reference from last week that you said, right?
Yeah, Blitzer
her,
at the start of round
if anybody
3.
didn't hear it, I suggest you can probably find it on YouTube pretty easily if you go back and listen to her coach. He basically just pumps her up in the corner before she comes out in the third round and just says, you just got to go, like basically told her to punch her in the face.
Yep.
Punch her in the face, don't stop. Every time you punch her, she moves back. She doesn't like it.
Lots of F words.
Yep, lots of swearing, which is why they didn't show it on ESPN.
Which is weird because she's like a really quiet girl. And
I know, that was so funny after the fight.
Then
she talks like this. I mean,
Yeah, she has a really high voice, too. That was funny.
So, that's what I did, and I got the win.
I mean, like, she
came out in the third round, fucking rocked her, fucked her up. Dude, what are you doing?
I don't know. I get really excited with my hands. I'm Italian. I can't help
it.
What am I supposed to do with my hands?
Yeah, what am I supposed to do with my fucking hands? But, like, she has this camera, like, in her face, and just, like, it goes right in her face, and she's just, like, just waves or something. It was so awkward. I felt so bad.
Yeah,
Zach, what are you doing with your hands?
That kind of reminds me of like it's like Rory McDonald, like excellent martial artist, but he's just like so like quirky, just.
Oh yeah, like all he does is fight, and that's literally it. Socially, he's fucking weird.
Yeah, exactly.
The way he dresses like fucking Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if he still does, but he used to, and it was fucking weird.
He's the red.
He
King.
wears it under like all of his.
Yeah, I want to see him his clothes. I want to see him rip the fucking jacket off, and it's like the Superman logo, like Ryan Spann.
Probably.
But one thing I want to add on that fight was her barking. Every time she did,
when she was on top of her.
yeah, the ground and pound, like, it was literally like a fucking dog.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Are we hearing this right?
Intimidating.
Yeah, it was literally barking. And I'm like, this is the most interesting part of the third round for me.
Just trying to be vicious.
I guess.
Yeah.
It worked.
No.
I'm talking about it on a nationwide podcast.
Nationwide.
Maybe even global.
Worldwide, bro.
If you're in another country other than America, A, comment. B, subscribe. C, like. And all that other shit.
Don't forget the like. And all that.
We definitely need the likes.
If you are watching this video on YouTube, just know that you will not learn how to do a twister on this podcast.
Not in this one.
Yeah, definitely none of us know how to do it.
Go back and watch all the previous podcasts. Somewhere in there will be a twister.
You just have to like and comment every single one you watch, though.
It's like
for the next 50
gem.
until me and Zach finally start going to a gym and learning jiu-jitsu, and then we'll know how to do a twister.
What about me?
Well, I don't know. Are you interested?
I'll just learn one on
I didn't
YouTube.
think
I don't
you
got to
were,
go to a
so-
gym. I mean, everybody else is learning them on YouTube.
Well, me and Zach have talked about it. We want to start taking classes, so
Yeah, I'm not doing
I
that.
didn't think you'd want to.
Go to Ben Rothwell's School of Dick
Vanny,
Kicking.
you interested in jiu-jitsu with us, bro?
It's quite possible. I did do a class over at Tai Kai with Mr. Spooches. So,
Ooh,
and I did
nice.
enjoy it, so.
Actually, you're the most qualified person out of this whole podcast.
Yeah, you're the only
right
one
now.
of us who actually have gotten any type of official training in mixed martial arts.
No, like I said, I went to Ben Rothwell's School of Dick Kicking.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's move. Good
that a
segue,
perfect-
bro.
Yeah.
Fucking fantastic segue.
Check champion.
Oh, man.
He busted his toenail.
So, anybody who didn't see the fight or haven't heard about it yet, and those of you who have, well, you're gonna hear it. Stefan Struve got
Spoiler alert.
kicked in the nuts
Repeatedly.
Kicked in the nuts twice from Ben Rothwell.
Doesn't help that his nuts are very high up in the air.
Yeah, he is about 7 foot
Yeah.
tall. Ben Rothwell is also a big dude, but he was going for
he's
body
6'4",
kicks. And
though. That's the problem.
He's only
8
6'4".
inches
I will say,
shorter.
after the first one, I knew it was going to happen again.
Oh,
yeah.
I fucking knew it.
Yeah.
As soon as he kept
felt it
getting more
coming.
tired, you're like, that leg's not going to keep getting
No, it's
higher.
not gonna-
It's going to
he's
get
not gonna be
lower.
You basically got to throw like a neck kick on a normal guy to
Yeah.
hit him in like the midsection.
Well,
to hit
what's
him in
funny?
the stomach.
What's funny is I think it was either Anik or Felder or someone was like, he's only gonna have to throw head kicks from here on out. You expect this guy to throw a 7 foot tall head kick?
Yeah,
His
right.
head kick would just hit him in the chest.
Like what the fuck?
He
A
can't get his
jumping
leg that
drop
high.
kick.
Ridiculous.
He can't get his leg that high.
I can't even get my leg up onto this table, and you want the guy to kick literally to
I
the
don't
ceiling.
want to see you try.
No, I'll get hurt. Be the end of me.
Right.
That's why we have Vinny here as my replacement.
Oh, I thought you were going to say to get his legs up on the table. Whatever.
Hey, we're not that type of podcast.
I second that notion of
You don't have stirrups?
then Ben Rothwell clearly is not the type of fighter to have the dexterity, the flexibility to like throw, a kick high enough to not hit him there.
Yeah, Vinny, you want to elaborate on the ref situation in that?
Yeah, we can talk about that. Dan Murgliata, after the second nut shot, right? It was after the second one.
It was in the second round.
Yeah, he said to Stefan Struve, he's like, "You're up 2 rounds. If you don't continue, it's going to be a no contest, but you're up 2 rounds, so what do you want to do?" And to me, that's kind of like, if you're the ref, you're supposed to be impartial and an unbiased party, and to me, that just seems like he was kind of trying to convince him into continuing the fight, and obviously he did and got knocked out after that, so it was a bummer for him.
But want to throw in that Struve, Zach, you went through Struve's Twitter, was it?
Yeah, you got that up, buddy? You want to read that real quick?
And Struve wasn't mad at Rothwell. Was he mad at Murgliata?
No, he wasn't.
He was defending Murgliata.
He defended Murgliata, so he probably would have continued even if Murgliata wouldn't have said anything, but I still don't think Murgliata should have. He probably shouldn't have said anything to begin with.
He actually had, so somebody commented him and said, I only had issue with him saying you were up 2 rounds. Otherwise, I think it was very fair for him to advise
continuing
2 on, okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's interesting for a ref to say, like, hey, you're probably up these 2 rounds. If you can get through this round and then you can't continue. Then...
The thing is that if it happens again in the 3rd round and he can't continue, he wins.
Right.
Yeah,
because it's gone full 2 rounds.
Right. I do like the
him.
advice of letting him know, like, hey, this is gonna be a no contest if you don't continue.
Right.
Like, yeah,
sure.
You're egging,
right.
You're not egging him on.
It's the only thing he did wrong there, in my opinion, and I'm sure we all agree is
just
telling him like,
you're up.
Hey,
2 rounds.
you're up. It seems like you're up 2 rounds right now. You're winning this round. You won the last round. Like,
right.
Yeah,
Which
probably not in your.
Not Struve said that too, though. He goes.
Say that.
Struve says, "Well, I knew I won both rounds.
Yeah,
because he didn't connect with anything worth mentioning, and I did, but that's not worth anything."
Yeah, so not throwing any shade on Dan Murgliata or nothing.
No,
like Struve wasn't. We're not. I like Dan. I think he's my favorite ref actually. Is Murgliata.
Yeah, I like no nonsense.
Big Tan. No nonsense.
No nonsense is my dude.
No nonsense is Keith Peterson.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my favorite. He's my
Oh,
favorite.
no smiles?
No smiles.
No smiles and
nonsense.
neck tats?
Keith Peterson,
Neck
no
tats?
nonsense. He's
Neck
my
tats,
favorite.
no smiles.
Yeah, he's the man.
Hashtag no smiles.
Vinny, who's your favorite ref?
I love Mario Yamasaki. The warrior spirit.
I used to love Mustache.
Steve
Then
Mazzagatti.
he cut his mustache.
Steve Mazzagatti.
Yeah. That like 5-foot mustache.
How about Beltran with his sick, beard braid? That's pretty good. I like that guy.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't seen him in a while. Where's he been?
He judges actually more often
Does
than
he?
refs. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he obviously wasn't fucking judging this weekend.
No, because
Stamen and fucking Yadong.
Well, moving on to the next one, I actually agreed with that judging, even though it was a very odd result to have a draw. It's not very common. But the next fight was Mariana Rodriguez versus Cynthia
Co-main
Calvello.
event, by the way.
Co-main. That one ended in a draw. It's worth pointing out that Cynthia Calvello actually weighed in like 4.5 pounds over the limit.
Yeah.
So that definitely doesn't help her. So she was fined.
Real quick on the when fighters miss weight, they add that. You know how if you're fighting at 170 pounds, you can weigh in at 171, and 145 you weigh at 146.
Yeah.
If you miss weight, that extra pound that they give you, they count that as your overweight.
They do.
So like if you are fighting at 135 and you weigh in at 137,
they count as
They don't
2.
say you missed by a pound. They say you missed by 2 pounds.
That's true.
Kind of weird, right?
Well, she weighed 120.5, and she was allowed to weigh 116. So that's why I say 4.5. I mean, really, she weighed 5.5 over.
They said that she weighed 5.5, didn't they? They said she missed by 5.
I don't know what they said. I just know she was overweight.
Yeah,
she
missed
great.
weight.
She looks
Either way,
fantastic.
I was going to say, it's funny to keep saying she's
like,
overweight
she's
at like
I'm pretty sure if
120 pounds.
Yeah,
no,
like,
right. Yeah.
That's about 120 pounds.
She's
I was like
overweight.
10.
She's so fat.
But anyways, okay, so for the fight, a quick breakdown on it. Mariana Rodriguez came into this fight, I think 12-0 or 13-0. Undefeated. She looked really good. Fast hands, really accurate. she definitely had the advantage in the striking department. Her knees looked really good. She had a good tie clinch, jumping knees and everything. She looked pretty good. She won the first round 10-9. She won the second round 10-9. She had Cynthia Calvillo hurt. I think some other women fighters she probably might have even finished, or at least...
So is it Calvillo, or Calvillo?
I think the last one you said, Calvillo.
Calvillo.
Whatever, it was Cynthia.
I'm just fucking with Ryan right now because you've said it two different times.
You're Italian, tell me.
I suck at being Italian.
We'll just call her Cece.
Suck at being Italian. Except when I'm slapping microphones.
So when I'm not slapping microphones, I'm saying the names wrong. So anyway, Cynthia, third round.
Calvillo.
Whatever the
Calvillo.
fuck her name is. I don't even think she's Italian. But whatever.
I don't know either.
So Cece was winning. the third round.
Cece goes in the third round,
Cece's
takes her
pizza.
down, mounts her, and just pounds the shit out of her. Cece's pizza sucks.
Wah, 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 wah.
What's up, locals? So
CC sucks dick.
so
Worse than that.
Cynthia got
Unless you're gay, then I mean it licks pussy.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So Cynthia wins the last round 10-8. You gotta be careful. And that
I mean, I'm saying like if I say like,
Cynthia.
well, it sucks dick,
Some people like to suck
but
dick.
if you're gay, then sucking dick's great. So it's the best pizza. So like if you're gay, then that pizza licks pussy.
and anyway, so
Continue.
So Cynthia,
Neither of which is really a problem. If
No.
you could do whatever you want
We're
to do.
happy
We're all
here.
inclusive.
We're
If
cool.
you're bisexual, it's like
You just-
the pizza's not good. Okay,
Will, shut the fuck
it's
up.
not good.
Too many pizza ads on Pornhub lately.
good job, Vinny. I'm so glad you're here. Zach's still dead. Fatality.
Fatality.
Cynthia won the last round 10-8, so it turned out to be I don't know what the scores would be, 48-48? Yeah, 48-48. So the judges got it right. That's all I have for my story.
They got it right. They did it.
Sticking to it.
And then the last fight of the night from this past weekend, Overeem versus Rosenstreich.
Stroke?
Strike.
Rosenstrike?
Strike.
Rosenstreich.
What a perfect name.
I've heard Strook, I've heard Strike, and I've heard Strook.
Where is he from?
I kept saying Strook.
Oh, yeah, we talked about this.
Oh, you don't even know.
Suriname. Which is north of Brazil. And me and Will were saying, like, we both went to college. We have no idea We had no idea where
college. I went to high school. I took history
went to
classes
high
in college.
I even showed up a couple times.
I like went to class and stuff. I don't know shit about South America.
Nope.
This is weird. Like, do you know much about South America, Vin?
It's like America, but south.
Most of the meat in the world comes from Argentina. That's all.
I just learned something.
Yeah, right? Man, you learn something every day.
They got
I don't know
Argentina.
shit about South America. But
They got Argentina, Chile, and Brazil. That's all I know.
There you go.
So I'm
There's
a,
so much more knowledge.
I'm a dumb
Suriname,
American.
and then what was the country that you
Ecuador.
saw that was next to Suriname? Suriname?
Guyana.
Yeah, Guyana.
Guinea.
Guyana?
That's not Guinea.
It's not Guinea.
No, it's not
Guyana, I think.
Guinea's
Guyana.
up a little bit higher.
Guyana. Well, Guyana.
Yeah, that sounds
Guys
right.
talking geography.
Yeah, fucking South America. They're right there, and we don't know shit about them. But Overeem basically in the last, what was it, like 7 or 8 seconds?
2
Of the
seconds.
fifth round?
He lost at 4:58 of the fifth round.
4:58.
No, this says 456.
I got
was
4:58 on the UFC website.
Oh, I go with UFC.
Ooh. All right, so yeah, basically Rosenstreich.
Wikipedia told you that dude died.
It was kind of like a Superman punch, sort of. Yeah, right. It's kind of like a Superman punch.
Nasty right.
Kinda.
Nasty
yeah,
right.
just like a dirty right hand. He just kind of went for it, and then Overeem's lip was cut open. If you haven't seen it, just Google Alistair Overeem
Bust his lip open.
and you'll probably see it. You'll see lots of different pictures and
I love if
memes.
you end up at Ryan's.
One of the
See him
worst
beating up female reporters.
That did happen.
Sorry to laugh. That's terrible.
I tried to
That's
look
terrible.
up.
Oh, he didn't like beat. It was like a
No, it was like a. Well, yeah,
Sure,
but it was
it
like
wasn't- he
a
wasn't, like,
fight
fighting her.
showcase
He,
type
like,
thing.
It was like, come on.
So it wasn't like he
fight
just
her.
like went up to some female reporter and was like, "Fuck you," and punched her in the face.
Off
But
topic. for
Anyway,
all- for all
It
the-
still doesn't
No,
make
we're going
sense
off
that they would
topic, okay.
ever
Well, not off
pit
topic.
some little reporter against him in a ring.
I tried looking up the Overeem lip thing. So I typed in Overeem lip, saw it, nasty, and then the next one down was a video of him punching a female reporter. He punched her on purpose, but it wasn't like viciously.
I think it was in a ring,
He
right?
wasn't like trying
No,
to
they
hurt her.
weren't even. I think they're on mats. They're on mats.
That's what I mean, though.
It was,
I
it
think
was for the
was
purpose of
supposed
like
to
they were
be
doing
like a
it on
training
purpose.
video.
Like he
Yes.
didn't do it
Yes.
like because he was mad at someone and
No.
punched
Yes.
her.
No, I'm not saying.
So we're
bad
not putting
judgment
any-
all
putting
around.
out any false news here.
That's only Greg Hardy. That's only Greg Hardy. Fuck Greg Hardy. I gotta get one every video.
Yeah, Ryan hates Greg Hardy. None of us really
Not
like
really.
him, but no,
Doesn't.
Ryan, you're not a big fan, dude.
I mean, I don't like him, but
Dude, he's a terrible person.
Anyway, like I was trying to say, is Overeem. It was called. It was a TKO. Mergliata. It was back to Mergliata. He jumped in last seconds, and Vinny, you were saying. What? Go ahead, say what you were saying earlier.
say what you're saying.
I was saying that it was kind of like the ref may have jumped in a little soon. Just like when, I mean, the shot that Alistair took was obviously a huge one, and most people probably would have been put out. And Alistair has a pretty suspect chin these days himself. But I feel like the ref kind of like jumped in there to save him, and Rosenstrike just kind of just turned around and walked away like it was a walk-off knockout, and he was still conscious, and he stood up, and there was seconds left, and the ref was kind of already intervening before like the fight was over.
Call it off, right?
Yeah, but it didn't seem like he called it off, and I think Alistair Overeem very well may have won that fight
I agree.
if that wasn't the case of what happened.
Yeah. I think we had Rosenstrike winning the 4th round or something. I couldn't really remember. I know we definitely had Overeem winning unanimous decision in that fight.
Yeah, if it would have went to decision, he would have won. What I would say to that, to what Vinny
gross.
said is, yeah, Mergliata definitely ran in there, and then Overeem kind of walked off to the side as Rosenstrike was walking away with his back turned to Overeem, and then he called it off. Like, he kind of ran in there and sort of intervened, like you were saying, but he didn't call the fight. And then Overeem kind of walked off to the side, and Rosenstrike was walking away, and that's when he put his hand up and called the fight.
So
It was a very interesting finish. I mean,
it was weird, but it was the same result. I thought
I
thought it was a good stoppage.
do you think he stopped it because Overeem walked off to the
No.
kind of walked off to the side, or because
No.
you think he saw his lip?
I think he
And then
knew
called it.
Overeem was hurt. Like his eyes rolled when he got hit, and he
Sure,
went
but then
down.
he stood back up,
he wobbled.
and then
up.
Mergliata was right there,
He was out.
and then he kind of walked off to the side, and then Mergliata put his hand up, started waving it with like 4 seconds left.
he wasn't unconscious,
And
but
Rosenstrike wasn't there on him because he literally knocked him down, turned his back, and walked away.
he was out.
So
That was a good stoppage.
if Mergliata didn't hold his hand up and stop the fight, and he was just like ran up, but then as Rosenstrike started walking away, just kind of stepped back and like let Overeem, because
Get
Overeem was
punched
on
again?
his feet. Overeem could have went at him. There was 4 seconds left in the fight. He could have went at him, and Rosenstrike decided to turn his back and walk away
Because he won.
But Overeem got back to his feet and was on his feet with 4 or 5 seconds left in the fight. He could have. Yeah, go ahead.
I think if I'm Rosenstrike, and I know that, like Ryan, you were saying you think he might have won the 4th round.
Maybe.
So the other 3 Alistair gets, right?
Yeah.
If I'm Rosenstrike, I'm not going to stop hitting him.
He was
just
out.
because I think he might be out.
He got right back to his feet.
In
No, he
the words of
He-
the
he
street
wobbled up.
Jesus, it was super necessary for him to continue hitting that guy until the ref pulls you off, because you don't know.
I completely disagree. He was out. Like he was done.
People who are out don't stand back up. People who are out
He
have
wobbled up.
people who are
No, he
out.
didn't.
People who are out have Wikipedia saying fatality after. Those are the people that
I
are
love
out.
fucking Wikipedia. This is how I got through college.
I'm with Vinny on this. I think I don't say it's a bad stoppage. I don't disagree
'Cause it
with the
wasn't.
stoppage. No, I agree. I agree with you. All I'm saying is it was an interesting situation where Rosenstrike turned around, walked away after he knocked him down. Overeem did get right back up to his feet, and I think because Mergliata, not that Mergliata did anything wrong, but I think because he was right there, like, getting in there because he was ready to kind of like break him up and call the fight. I think he was getting ready to call the fight. If Rosenstrike kept punching, he was like getting ready to call the fight, but he didn't. He turned his back and walked away. At that time, Overeem was back on his feet. Yeah, he was wobbled for sure. I'm not saying he wasn't wobbled and that he wasn't fucking. He got jacked.
Yeah, he
like
was
that
out.
lip was fucking cracked open. Like I said, look at it. But if I'm Overeem, like I don't know if he walked. I don't know for sure if he kind of walked off to the side because he thought Miragliotta had already called it, or if he walked off to the side because he was completely out of it. Because I don't think he was that out of it.
I absolutely do. Do you think Dan Miragliotta waved his hand because Overeem walked away?
Yes, I think Overeem
think
started walking off to the side, and then he saw his lip, and there's 4 seconds left, and then he waved it.
All right, so
but
I
I think if
completely
Overeem,
disagree.
instead of walking off to the side, but maybe all I'm saying is I don't know which one it is.
Right.
Is it because he wasn't with it enough
Yes.
to go after Rosenstrike, or is it because he thought Miragliotta had already called the fight, so he walked off to the side to his corner, and that's when he was just like, he looked at his corner and put his hands up and was kind of shaking his head for whatever reason, like he was saying, like, I don't know why he fucking called, like I could have kept going, like we had 4 seconds left. I don't know. I feel like because Miragliotta ran in there, not that that's the wrong thing to do,
Right.
and then Rosenstrike had walked away. It was everything that kind of happened, sort of like if you take all of it, encompass all of it in one big, the way that everything happened, just kind of like it's kind of like interesting. That's all I'm saying. Like
The only thing
if Overeem could have stood up and fucking went after him, but I think he thought that maybe Miragliotta had called it already. That's why he kind of walked off to the side and started talking to his corner guy. And as he was walking off to talk to the guy in the corner, that's when Miragliotta put his hand up and called it.
All right, so I completely disagree with all that. So, all right, so I've just been sitting there waiting. The only weird part about it was Miragliotta just delayed the hand wave. That was it. That was the only weird part of
Until
it.
he waves his hand, the fight's still on. Doesn't matter if
That
he
fight was
delayed it or
over.
not.
He was out. It was
He was
over.
on his feet when he waved. He was on his feet walking off to the side.
We will agree.
Rosenstrike was walking away.
We'll agree to disagree.
That's
on
when he
that one.
waved his hand. As soon as Overeem started walking off, like kind of to the side.
Is that why Dan
that's when he
Miragliotta
put-
waved his hand?
I don't know. All I'm saying is I don't know. I'm saying it's suspect. It's a little suspect.
I don't think so.
I don't know one way or the other.
I don't agree at all.
Uh,
Zach, do you have an opinion?
hold on. Before Vinny, before you say anything, Zach's been watching this the whole time we've been talking. So what do you got?
Zach, what's your
consensus?
Unbiased.
Okay, so Alistair does get knocked down. He gets knocked down. He sits flat on his ass up against the cage after that hook that splits his lip open. He does, however, sit right back up. But as soon as he gets knocked down, Miragliotta's over the top of him. He was stopping it before Alistair got back up.
Yeah, so he was out.
He was stopping it before he
But
got
he didn't
back
wave
up.
his hand or anything.
He didn't, but he was over the top of
Yeah,
him.
he
He
was
literally
he
stepped a
ra-
foot next to him and put his other foot
Yeah,
over
but
the top of
okay,
his legs.
when he was
he was stopping
standing
it.
there, what was Rosenstrike doing?
He had already walked away.
He was
Just like
already
Mark
walking
Hunt.
He
away.
landed that shot that
So what
sat
I'm
him
saying
down,
is,
and as soon as he
what I'm
sat
saying
him
is,
down,
if you're
Miragliotta
Overeem,
stepped
and
over
then
the
once
top of him.
Overeem stood up and he sees Miragliotta standing right there, and he sees Rosenstrike, his opponent, walking away with his back turned, he might be thinking like,
No, he
"Fuck,
wasn't thinking. He was out.
I just lost this." And then he starts walking away, and then Miragliotta starts waving the fight off.
Hang on.
No, he had already ended it.
Yeah, he had exactly.
Did he
that
already
was the
end
old-
it?
Yes,
that was
no,
the
he's
So
standing
he
over
verbally ended it,
No, he was standing over the top of him. He was like preventing him from going at Rosenstrike.
yeah.
but there was no reason to prevent it because Rosenstrike had already walked away.
He was saying he's knocked out.
yeah, but Miragliotta's
That's what
back was to
Miragliotta's saying. I'm
Rosenstrike.
not saying he's correct.
He didn't
I'm
see
just
him.
saying that's what
So-
what Miragliotta called was a knockout blow.
Exactly.
He
That's
may
what-
also have saw his lip, which probably would have been something that would have been possibly a doctor stoppage anyway. You know what I mean?
So-
yeah, but there's 4 seconds.
I know,
left
but
in the 5th round.
Still, I mean, shittier things have happened.
My only problem was that Rosenstrike walked away like he knew he knocked him out, and he clearly didn't. The man was back to his feet in a few seconds.
Do you think he would have gotten to his feet if Rosenstrike didn't walk away, Zach? Will.
No. I think Rosenstrike.
I don't think so.
So
He could.
so what he does,
followed up, and then there would be no contest about it at all. But he didn't do that.
it's a
think there was
hit.
I
any
doubt
need.
that Rosenstrike saw the cut either. He hit him, Overeem went down, and he just turned and walked away like it was over.
Because he knew he knocked him out.
But Overeem got right back up before the fight. Before the time was up, there was 6. He got up pretty quick.
He saw the cut.
Within a few seconds.
You can see the cut when he gets hit. It's that bad.
It was
It
bad.
was- no, dude, it was
when
nasty.
his hand
I agree.
connects, you see his
I agree.
other part of his lip like.
I agree that Rosenstrike deserves the win.
bad.
There's no doubt about it. I'm just saying, if Overeem, if he would have gotten up and went after Rosenstrike, do you think Mergliata would have grabbed him and stopped him and said, "Hey, I already called the fight"?
I think as
Or
soon
do you
as-
think he hadn't called the fight yet? I don't know.
think he called the fight.
I don't think he had called the fight
I
until
thought
he
he did.
put his hand up and started waving his hand that the fight was off after Overeem had started walking the other direction.
that's
When I saw him call the fight.
That's why I'm
as
saying,
far as I'm concerned, he didn't call the fight until Overeem started walking the other way. That's all I'm saying.
what I'm saying is I thought he called the fight. The only weird thing was he just waved his hand. It was delayed. The fight was already over at that point.
You think so?
I think so, Zach.
Okay, sure. I don't really feel one
He
way or the other.
actually-
I'm, just,
so
I'm
Mergliata-
literally posing the question. I don't
Mergliata
really have an
doesn't
opinion one way or the
wave.
other.
Mergliata doesn't wave to the ring when he runs over the top of Overeem. He waves like at the crowd, basically. Overeem gets hit. He goes down. And the thing about Rosenstrike that I'll give him is that, like you said, Overeem's eyes roll and he also stiffens.
Yeah, he was out.
His arms go to his side. He stiffens like
Oh,
he's
dude, it was a
out.
hard hit
he
for
was-
sure.
he was out.
He got fucked up.
Yeah.
It
But
was a
then he
knockout
did
punch.
get back up, and
was a
he
knockout
was
punch.
on his
He got
feet
back up a lot quicker than you think he should
pretty
be.
quick. Yeah,
but-
within a couple seconds,
but
he was back on his
yeah.
feet.
He was out.
He got rocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And
his lip
Mergliata was
his-
over the
his
top
lip
of
got
him.
jacked. For sure.
Mergliata was over the top of him
See
before
what
he got
what I
back up.
thought originally when we saw is that Mergliata ran over and was ready to call the fight, and then when he saw the lip, that's when he was like, "Oh fuck this, it's over."
I think that
I
definitely
think he said,
contributed
"Fuck this,
to
it's
it.
over." Once he saw the lip, I don't think when he initially when he ran over, I don't think that was the end of the fight.
I think
Rosenstrike
I
was
think
walking
it
away.
was. I think it
Overeem got
was.
up. I don't think it had been officially called yet until he saw the lip. Then he put his hand up and called the fight
Alright,
once
so-
he saw Overeem's lip. That's what I thought. Either way, I think Rosenstrike he did a great job. The fight was pretty good. Overeem probably would have got the decision if it went to a decision.
No,
I'm not
he definitely would have got it. He was
Yeah.
up 4-1.
All right, well there you go. And
That was just
I don't disagree with it. He deserves a win. He got the good shot. Like Ryan, you said one of the worst lip.
I thought it was
Cuts-
worse. I thought it was
lip
worse than
cuts,
Robbie
whatever you wanna call
Lawler's because Robbie Lawler's
Oh,
was
yeah,
a
yeah,
nice,
way
a
worse,
nice
dude.
solid line. A
Way
nice
where you
cut.
could see all the way to his gums, man. That shit was
You could
way
see
up
his
by
teeth.
his nose.
You
yeah,
could see
it was
his teeth
fucking.
through the
It was
cut.
fucking.
It
cut
was
open.
a rip. It was a full-on rip, and
Yeah.
it was dangling.
But did he need plastic surgery or just stitches?
Only Mike Perry. Only Mike
Stitches.
Perry needs
I
plastic.
believe he
surgery.
needs stitches.
Overeem needed plastic surgery. Yeah, he had successful plastic surgery this morning.
He looks like those people in those
yesterday
ads
morning,
on the
so-
mail.
Can I just
Sorry.
comment real quick? Just
Of course
a
you can,
quick
Benny.
funny thing
No.
about Mike Perry.
Here we go.
When he was on
I
Ariel
love
Helwani's
Mike
show, Ariel asked him, "Hey Mike, how's the nose doing?" And Mike got
is this gonna be the
Mike
story that
Mike
we were
got
talking
offended, and he was just like, "How's your nose?"
Mike Perry is great.
I thought you were going to talk about the wall.
Oh, the wall.
Yeah.
So Mike Perry broke his nose. Zach,
Yeah.
would you like to elaborate on breaking it?
I think we've
the first
talked
time?
about this before, but yeah, no, he definitely got pissed because some like younger dude at the gym was doing shit that he wasn't supposed to do, like working after the bell, basically. And so he got pissed off and jumped up and wanted to keep fighting him. And his coach was like, "No, dude, cut it out. Dude's new, whatever." And so Mike like sprints over to some wall in the gym and just jumps and headbutts a wall.
I did hear about that. Yeah.
But he hits the stud with his nose and cracks his nose on the stud of the wall. And then a couple of weeks later, I always want to call him Paulo Costa.
Vincent Luque.
Yes, Vincente Luque.
Vincente. I always
Yeah.
call him Vincent.
Cracks him in the nose with a knee, and we all know what that looked like.
Mike Perry's just an animal. He
Dude, he
talked about how
is.
during one of his weight cuts, his dad went to give him a hug, and he just
Yeah, perfect.
Jesus Christ.
flipped on him.
What the fuck?
That's funny.
Don't tell Will. He'll see it when he watches this.
We won't.
He'll never know.
He'll never know.
Is that
that's
backwards?
funny.
No, that's what it went.
No, it's good.
Only
It's
the
good.
real viewers know what
That's
happened.
funny. You might have to clip that on the bottom part, though. You see how that's...
Oh.
Yeah.
God
there you
damn
go.
it. I'm just fucking this shit
Yeah,
up.
I know. Seriously. His hands are all over the place.
Fucking slapping.
I'm excited for Mike Perry because he is fighting this weekend.
Should we wait for Will to do the transition?
No.
No.
So
He'll
many
just
good
argue-
fights this
he'll
weekend.
just argue
So
with me.
many. All the good fights.
So, coming up, good timing, Will. Coming up, December 14th, UFC 245, Usman versus Covington.
And Holloway versus Volkanovski and Nunes versus Durandamy too.
Who wants to take it over? I said the title. You guys can say the rest.
Well, I mean, the first fight of the night, the only guy I know in it is Oscar Pichota, and I don't really know why I know it. I just recognize the name.
I thought he was a heavyweight, and
Middleweight.
I'm wrong.
Is
Yeah,
this on the
so-
early prelims? Or
Yes.
first? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
After that,
The only reason I thought early prelims is funny is because, not super funny, but
Super
shit,
necessary?
she just got cut this week. Who
Carmouche.
just got cut? Yes, it
Carmouche.
was
It was
Carmouche.
yeah.
Fights for a title, gets knocked out, cut. Jessica I fights for a title, or actually Carmouche might not have gotten knocked out, but either way, Jessica I
Decision.
fights for a title, gets knocked out, ends up on the early prelims, and you're like, wow, that's a pretty steep drop off.
Valentina is a career killer.
Kicked her all the way back to the early prelims.
Oh my god, that was a brutal knockout.
Oh yeah,
Oof.
yeah, that was
Just lit her up with body kicks the whole fight, and then the first head kick.
Bam.
Ding, money.
bam.
The memes were fantastic. I like the one that with Jessica I with the top hat over her eyes, and so she's dancing. Fantastic.
That's funny.
It's one of my favorites.
My favorite meme ever is the one of DC crying after John Jones beat him, and it said, "When Dad comes home and you have to give his belt back."
Yeah, yeah, John Jones.
John Jones.
John Jones. After that, actually, Vinny, you were talking about this flyweight fight.
Oh yes, Brandon Moreno and Kai Kara France.
Yeah, interesting to still have some flyweight title or flyweight fights, even though it's kind of a dying division.
It
You have
is,
to
but there's
see
still
if
some
Cejudo
good
defends it.
talent there. Like Brandon Moreno looked really good in his last fight. He had like a draw with an undefeated Askarov, was that his name? And that was a good fight. Very good, competitive.
Speaking of flyweight, kind of to what Zach just said, is dying division. Like, when the fuck is Cejudo gonna fight again?
He's injured.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
He's still recovering from surgery. He had like the shoulder surgery or something.
we haven't
the
heard
rotator
anything.
cuff
or something?
Anything at
Yeah.
all.
The last thing I saw was he's on vacation with Kelvin Gastelum and two other dudes. One of them's definitely a fighter. I like recognize him, but I'm not gonna remember his name off the top of my head. But when I looked at him, I went, huh. He's not in great shape. So he's definitely... I mean, he's in better shape than I'll ever be. But I just mean, I'm looking at him and I'm like, huh. I mean, you think of him before... not even before the Moraes fight, but before the... Jesus, I am terrible with names today. Dillashaw. Before the Dillashaw fight, when he like gained 25 pounds in a night or whatever it was before the Dillashaw fight and was just huge.
Who sent me
He
the
just doesn't look anything like that right now.
Who
so
sent me
it's
the
just funny.
picture of Dillashaw being out of weight or being out of shape?
We were looking at it the other night, and
Yeah,
everybody was
no,
calling
yeah,
him
it was
fat.
me. Yes, I
Yeah, it
showed
was
you that
you.
shit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Everybody was
that's what I was looking at.
calling him fat.
Dillashaw looks fat as fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you heavyweight debut, Dillashaw.
Tyron Woodley picks on Calvin Gastelum all the time too. Calls him Fatsalum.
Fatsalem. Bullying's not cool, guys.
Please. Thank you. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Zach.
Oh, this is a
Did I
Corey
miss-
Anderson beer.
Did I miss a joke when I was gone?
No.
This is a
It was
Corey
like the
Anderson
second
beer.
time you looked at me and like you guys made a face.
Don't worry about it.
Second time. All right. Well,
It's
I definitely
fine.
missed something.
No.
Go ahead, watch it again.
Okay. Great.
Watch the
Fantastic.
podcast.
Awesome. Great.
So after the Marino and Kai Kara France fight, we have Daniel Tamer, brother of David Tamer. He's fighting Chase Hooper.
Hooper.
Hooper or Hopper? It's Hooper.
Hooper.
Hooper at
Hooper.
featherweight.
Get him, Hooper.
Peter Hooper.
Got nothing to say on it other than Tamer is Swedish. Just throw that out there.
Swedish.
It's cool, man.
Throw it out there.
Tamer.
Sweet.
Yeah, just let you guys know he's Swedish. After that, I'm actually really excited for this one. First fight of the regular prelims.
And
Ben
Yes.
Saunders versus Matt Brown.
This is a nice fight.
That's
Dig it.
cool. That's a cool fight.
Both
Prince
guys
of
with
elbows.
a ton of experience.
Yeah, tons of experience. Killer Bees, Ben Saunders was away from the UFC for a little bit, and then Matt Brown was retired for a little bit. So they're both back, and I'm just really looking forward to that. They're both super entertaining.
I'm thinking that Matt Brown's going to take this one. Ben Saunders he just loses so much, I feel like. There's no other way to put it. I just feel like he just gets knocked out and just loses a lot. And the last time I saw Matt Brown fight, I don't know if it was his last fight, but it was either Ricardo Lamas or Diego Lima, and he was just holding his face
Wasn't
back
Lamas
and
a
just
featherweight?
smashed him with an elbow. And knocked him.
Yeah, he's not in shape.
Matt
Oh,
Brown.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
He just knocked out. I think Ricardo
They've been showing
Lamas
that.
just
They've been showing
murked
that
him
on
with
like
an elbow.
Instagram. If you
Yeah,
check out like ESPN MMA or whatever,
Um,
still lit up, right?
wasn't Lamas. Lamas is a featherweight. Yeah, Matt Brown's last win was Diego Sanchez.
Yeah,
Elbow.
yeah, he just held him back by his head and just smashed him with an elbow.
Just random side Diego Sanchez asking Mike Tyson to be his corner man for his next fight.
Against
That's
Pereira.
just funny as
Against
hell.
Michelle Pereira. Yeah. Don't let me down, Pereira.
Diego's a character. You gotta love that guy.
Yeah.
It's going to be an entertaining fight for the first 1 minute and 30 seconds, and then Pereira's going to gas, and then Diego's going to win. But we'll get to that when we get
Diego's
to
funny, man. I've never seen a dude so angry.
that. Yeah.
Like in the octagon. That
He-
dude is just
He's
furious.
talking about fighting Michael Chiesa, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna kill him." He's like, he thinks he's gonna make a name off me, but he's not. And everyone's like, "Do you dislike this guy?" He's like, "No, he's cool."
But I'm gonna fucking kill him.
That's the fight that I really came around to Michael Chiesa.
Random
We're watching, I'm like, oh.
random fun fact from that fight. Chiesa said he may have gotten his oil checked by Diego Sanchez in that fight.
Oh, the finger up the butt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said when they were
That's weird.
grappling, he think Diego accidentally slipped him one.
Happens all the time.
Diego's a freak. I wouldn't doubt it.
Ass eating season.
After that, we have Mr. Hot Sauce himself. Ian Hot Sauce Heinisch. That's not. I'll never forget him.
Wait a minute, what?
He calls him Hot Sauce.
It's the first. I think it's the first shot of hot sauce ever done on this podcast was by Ryan because of Ian Heinisch.
Did I miss something? Where the hell's Ian Heinisch?
He's right after Matt Brown. He's
He's
fighting
not on here.
He's fighting
Amari Akhmedov.
Yeah.
That's crazy because it's not on UFC's
Well, this is Wikipedia,
prelims.
so you know my.
Well,
my-
yeah, they actually said someone died on there.
Well, that's okay.
I have Matt Brown, Ben Saunders, and then it goes into Ketlin Vieira and Irene Aldana.
Another great
Yeah,
fight.
that is a good one.
Okay, so we're not-
in between that though. Yeah, Ian
We're
Heinisch. and
not
Omari.
sure.
Sweet.
Oh, wait, you got it?
Yeah, Ian Heinisch and
That's
Omari
super weird
Akhmedov.
that it's
Yeah.
not on UFC.com, but
What's-
it's on like.
I got
other
it on
sites.
here.
What's that one?
This is just Google.
Oh,
It was like just Google and breaking down the fights. It's UFC. Go ahead, dude.
just take it.
Just take it.
Zach, we were looking up earlier. We were talking about what fight was it that was on that they just had the guy completely wrong.
Stamen.
Oh yeah, Cody Stamann versus Song Yadong. They had some other guy in place of Cody Stamann, just like some other dude that
that's funny.
didn't even fight. Like they said that it ended in a draw and everything, but it just said it was Song versus somebody else completely.
Was
Corey
that-
Sandhagen.
Was that UFC? Was that UFC.com or was that Google?
I just googled it.
It was Google.
That's really weird that it's not showing up on UFC.com.
So it may not.
Either way.
May not be a fight. We don't know. But if it is a fight, I hope Ian Heinisch loses.
I kind of like Ian Heinisch. He
think Ryan did until it goes to hot sauce.
Yeah, I had
I
him.
was a big fan.
I picked him.
we saw him in UFC Rochester against Antonio Shoeface Carlos Jr. Is that his name?
Another terrible, terrible nickname.
And
Oh, you know me and my nicknames.
Shoeface.
but
Shoeface.
he was I think he was like a big hype train, and Ian Heinisch kind of went in there and just dominated him from what I remember.
Shoeface. Shoeface was a hype train.
And then of course Ian Heinisch had that loss to Derek Brunson, who's he's kind of like the gatekeeper of the top 10 of that division. So
yeah, I can see that.
not no shame in losing to him. So
He's like the RDA, essentially.
Yeah.
It's like the RDA of that division.
After that, then we go on to what Zach was saying was Caitlin Vieira versus Irene Aldana. Caitlin Vieira is undefeated, and
This is a sweet fight.
she was actually close to a title shot until she just disappeared for like a year or two. Her last fight,
Still number 2.
yeah, her last fight she beat
Number
Kat
2.
Zingano, and then the fight before that she beat Sarah McMahon, I think. So those are like 2 solid names to actually beat at bantamweight. And you said she's number 2?
Number 2.
So, I mean, beating Irene Aldana, that could put her in the title fight, title contention.
Irene Aldana is really low, though. She's 10.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw
That's
Chukagian.
okay.
Chukagian beat Maya and got a title shot off that.
Yep,
So,
that's true.
We'll see after Nunes wins who she fights.
yeah.
After Nunes wins.
Do you think she's going to lose?
We'll get to that when we get to that.
We're going to get to
I
that
still
in
don't think you're going to think she's
We'll
going
get
to
to that pretty
lose.
soon.
more
15
fights.
minutes
After
from
this,
now when we get to it.
main event, if you want to call it that, on the prelims. Jeff Neal, Mike Perry.
The
Mike
Let's
Perry!
fucking go.
the people's main event.
Hell yeah, that's a fantastic fucking
People's
fight.
champ Mike Perry.
Essentially, yeah.
We got to get picks for that.
Yeah, let's everybody throw in here. I got Mike Perry winning that fight.
Yep.
Mike Perry.
I agree.
Mike Perry definitely
Knockout.
better get one of Ariel Helwani's The Nose Awards, clearly. But, yes, I think Mike Perry will also win that fight. But I really like Jeff Neal. He had a really awesome fight with Nico Price last time out. That was a
Jeff with a G.
very good back and forth between those two guys. Very scrappy fight. It was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, just to throw that out there to support what you just said, Jeff Neal, he has beaten Brian Kamazi. He beat
Kamosi.
He beat Frank Camacho. He beat Bilal Muhammad. And he
Remember the
beat,
name.
like you said, Nico Price, and now he's fighting Mike Perry. So Jeff Neal definitely very impressive. Got a 12-2 record. I mean, good fighter. I just really like Mike Perry. I got to go with Mike Perry.
Well, the Nico Price win is actually pretty significant now because Nico Price has been doing some crazy shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like, everyone's
Seriously.
like, not everyone's, off his back, 2 knockouts
Yeah.
off his back. So, like,
Yeah.
beating Nico Price is like, now it's worth something.
Yeah, definitely is. I think it was to begin with when he did it, and now it
Mhm.
even means a little bit more since Nico Price has done what he's done since
A little
July.
bit bigger name now.
Yeah, definitely. Jeff Neal looking good, but yeah, I gotta go
I
Mike
thought
Perry.
Mike Perry won his last fight despite his nose being busted.
Against Luque.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we all
for
had.
sure.
I think
Yeah.
we all had Perry. You had Perry.
I think that Mike Perry may have won that fight, but in retrospect of, like, you know, Vicente moving upwards and, you know, like, new talent in the division, you know, new rising, I wasn't upset with the decision. I did think that Mike won it, but I didn't think he won it by landslide by any
Right.
means.
Yeah.
Careful. Jesus. Moving that shit around.
Wasn't like, what's the one girl fight that I hated? Because she so obviously won. I think she's fighting soon.
Oh,
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. It's not Cynthia
Yeah,
Carvalho. It's
no.
Carla Esparza.
Yes. Yes.
I'm good with those names.
Where she basically broke that chick's arm,
Yeah.
and she finally got out of it, and they were
Grasso.
like, no, she won.
Grasso.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
Alexa Grasso.
I'm like,
right?
yeah, bullshit.
Yeah. Grasso practically broke Carla's arm. and
Yes.
Carla
Kudos
still-
to her for
Yeah.
not
Oh, yeah.
tapping to
Oh, yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah. I'll give you
crazy.
that.
Yeah.
Still doesn't. That's not
She used to be was
Doesn't
she
she
a
get your
UFC
points?
champ? Or?
She was.
Yeah, she,
She was.
right?
As
she
far as it
the-
was?
She was the first
No, funny.
strawweight.
Really?
Was it strawweight?
Hmm.
I think it was strawweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, she beat Rose. She beat Rose Namajunas for the title, the inaugural title.
She was the first one. Yep.
Thug Rose.
Thug Rose, yeah.
So we move in. Oh, that was in Mexico City, actually.
Yeah.
Let's go, Mike Perry.
We moving on.
Moving on. Piotr Jan and the California Kid.
God damn! I should have worn my
I
Uri Faber
fucking
shirt. I
love
have
this
one.
fight, by the way.
I'm excited, but I think
And-
Piotr's got him.
That being said, as much as I
Piotr.
really like Uriah Faber,
Piotr.
Zach, I'm with you, man.
Yeah.
Piotr Jan's a fucking machine.
Yeah, he's good.
He wins. He's only lost one fight. He's 13-1.
Is that one in the UFC? Or I think he's
been
undefeated in the
looking,
UFC.
He's been looking really, really good since he came to the UFC. I'll check that for you real quick, buddy.
Vinny, who do you got in that one?
Yeah, I think Piotr, is that, or is it
Piotr.
Pater?
Piotr.
I think it's technically Piotre or something like that. But yeah,
Piotr Jan definitely really impressed me his last fight against Jimmy Rivera. He pieced him up pretty good, and Jimmy Rivera, he was real big name in the division. You know, he was on like a 19-fight win streak or something until he lost like
In Utica.
3 or 4 in a row. Yeah, I think Marlon Moraes was
head
his,
kicked him. I saw that one.
his downward spiral into the losing streak. But yeah, Uriah Faber, you know, he's he had that win over Ricky Simone. But it was like I think it was like an early stoppage.
Yeah,
that was when they fought in California.
Sacramento.
Jermaine Durandamy also kind of had an early stoppage against Ladd too the same night, and it was like. But yeah, I think Uriah Faber, he's one of the greats. He'll definitely go down in the Hall of Fame for sure. But yeah, I'll take Jan for that one for sure.
I'm taking Jan.
And to what you were saying, Ryan, Piotr Jan is undefeated in the UFC. He has 1, 2, 3, 4. He's 5-0 in the UFC. His last 2 fights being over John Dodson and Jimmy Rivera, like Vinny already said.
So just like we said, like a couple fights ago with Vieira versus Aldana, this could be a title contender fight.
Well, you know the fight after this
It definitely could be.
There's another title contender fight at that division.
Uriah Faber said, he
he
came out and actually said, like, after this fight, if he wins this fight, he wants a title shot next. Like, he was saying, like, that
if he beats Piotr, he should get it.
He might not, he might wait until he gets that shot, but it depends on when Cejudo's coming back, I guess, like, which belt he'll defend first, if flyweight is still a thing when he comes back,
The first one up at flyweight's definitely going to be Benavidez.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a rematch between Benavidez and the fuck's his name?
Uriah
Faber.
Faber.
Thank you.
If Faber wins, he wants another title shot, and I mean, you could argue that he could probably get it.
Yeah.
If Piotr Jan beats Uriah Faber, does he get a next title shot?
I would think so.
Yeah.
You guys think it goes both ways?
I think so.
I think so because Marlon Moraes is the only one above really Jan that you're thinking about.
And he just
lost.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think they were on the same fight night. Jan and Rivera were on the main card, but on the prelims, which I was surprised because both Jan and Rivera were ranked lower, but they were on the main card. But then you had Aljamain Sterling fighting what's his name there? Pedro, is that his name?
Pedro Munoz.
Yes. And Aljamain pieced him up pretty good, and they're both ranked higher. So I feel like Aljamain should maybe be in the talk for a next title shot.
I totally forgot about him, but you are right. Yeah, I totally forgot about Sterling. So basically, the winner of this or Sterling needs the next bantamweight title shot.
Well, you guys just mentioned Marlon Moraes, and he is also on this card this coming weekend. He's fighting Jose Aldo
at 135.
So if Marlon, first of all, if Jose Aldo can actually make 135 and the fight doesn't get called off, and they actually do fight, if Marlon Moraes does win this fight, and then Uriah Faber and Piotr Jan, whichever one of those guys wins. So you think the winner of Piotr Jan and Uriah Faber gets the next title shot, or do you think Marlon Moraes, if he beats a guy like Jose Aldo, beats that type of name of a guy, on what I mean, I know he did just
Jose Aldo's a little bit older and he's coming down a weight.
And I know Moraes his last fight he did lose to the champ, so you'd argue that like one fight getting one more win maybe doesn't give him a rematch immediately.
So looking at the bantamweight division,
not before you give other guys like Sterling.
Sure.
Yeah, looking at the bantamweight division right now, at these 2 fights in the whole entire top 5 bantamweight division, if Jose Aldo beats Moraes, he has a bigger name than Piotr Jan, probably not bigger than Uriah Faber.
Probably not.
And he obviously just beat Moraes if he does. So I could see Aldo getting the next title shot at bantamweight if he beats Marlon Moraes, which would be tough, especially for Sterling and for Jan. If Jan wins, man, I don't know, Sterling or Jan. If Faber wins, I don't know. This
fun division, right?
Yeah, it's fun.
Did you say that Jose Aldo doesn't have a bigger name than Uriah Faber?
I don't know. I mean, Faber has a pretty...
Jose Aldo was the champ of the featherweight division for like 10 years.
And
he was the
so was
one.
Faber.
He was the one who put Uriah Faber on crutches.
This is true.
Forever after he demolished his legs.
Also, Jose Aldo, before Max Holloway, was named the best
featherweight
of all time.
Yeah.
Prior to Max beating him and then going on the run that Max went on.
But then
they consider Jose Aldo like, this is what you aspire to be, 145ers. Like, good fucking luck.
But then look at the slide he's been on, though.
Sure.
He lost to Holloway twice within the last 4 years.
Who hasn't lost to Holloway besides Poirier when he moved up to 155?
That's true. But,
11 in a row. But then 12 in a row.
You can't think of Faber's last loss.
Connor.
You can't think of Faber's last loss.
Jose Aldo has lost to McGregor and Max twice. So I'm just, in reference to you saying he was on a slide.
Right.
He's lost to McGregor, Holloway twice, and Volkanovski. Except for that,
I forgot.
That's it.
Yeah.
He tuned up Jeremy Stevens when he was on a streak.
Renato Moicano.
Yes, he beat Moicano.
TKO second round.
Yeah. Jose Aldo is still a huge player.
His last 3 fights, I'm assuming you're looking at the last 3 fights?
If he can make weight in that division.
What's his last 3 fights?
So if we go to 2018, he beat Jeremy Stevens, TKO. And then he beat Renato Moicano, TKO. And he lost to Volkanovski, who is getting the title shot on this card that we're talking about.
I thought Holloway was in those last 3. So
2017, he lost to Max Holloway, December 2nd, 2017. So we're looking.
I was trying to get his title back
2 years ago.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So his last fight was his last loss was to Volkanovski, but the guy he lost to is the guy that's currently getting the next title shot. He went on a little slide though, for sure. Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't know.
He lost to Max.
Out of these 4 people, whether it be Sterling or the winner of Jan Faber or the winner of Moraes Aldo, I take any 3 for a bantamweight title shot except for Moraes. If Moraes wins, he does not get a title shot.
I can go with that because he just lost.
Exactly.
I want to see who they set up with Corey Sandhagen.
Yeah,
he's sitting right there.
Another one.
Yeah,
Frankie's out now because he's fighting Korean
What
Zombie
if-
because Brian Ortega pulled out.
Right.
What if Piotr Jan or Uriah Faber are able to end that quickly? Or if Jose's able to end it quickly?
Then
Does
they
one
fight
of them turn
Sandhagen.
right around and fight Sandhagen, and one of them gets
We
the
all
title
know
shot?
that performance matters for sure.
Well, that's what I
Right?
mean.
Like, how
if
do you-
it's fast,
Do they
How you
win?
win.
How
How
do
you-
they win?
Yeah.
if they win fast, they can fight again in 2 months.
How about
and I don't
this?
think they'll be too off.
Aljamain Sterling, Corey Sandhagen.
Could be.
Oh.
What's
I
what's
really
Sterling
like that
doing?
matchup now that I think about it.
I don't think Sterling has a fight.
They're
Fucking
both
like that.
They're both really long, good guys. They're both.
Bantamweight's legit right now.
I told you the first time I watched Sandhagen, the whole time I was thinking, I want to see him fight Max.
Yeah.
I want to see him fight Max. And I'm forgetting that he's fighting 10 pounds lighter than Max. But even still, I'm sitting there. That's the whole thing I was thinking that whole time watching Sandhagen beat up Rafael Assunção.
And he wasn't even in the same division.
Right.
But, yeah. Right. So, I mean, like, I was like, oh, man, we're already moving to Moraes Aldo because I want to ask you guys if Jan or Faber wins, who would you take against Cejudo? But now it's like, well, shit.
There's a mass at the top of that division.
Yeah. And it's almost weird because Cejudo should probably be fighting for the flyweight title because he hasn't defended that
He should
one.
just give
He
up
definitely needs to fight
flyweight.
for that. I feel like
Well, he has defended against TJ, but there was a while
no.
ago.
Yeah, his next fight should be like
Flyweight.
kind of what Amanda Nunes is doing. She's going back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he'd have to fight Joseph Benavidez next.
Probably should go back and forth, right?
So basically, we could have Aldo, Sandhagen, the winner, or not Aldo, Sterling,
Yeah.
the winner of Moraes Aldo, or the winner of Piotr Jan Faber. Like, you could have
Have the
potentially.
top of the division cannibalize itself.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
While
Yeah.
Cejudo's down in flyweight.
So
fighting
155
Benavidez.
did.
Yeah.
The guys have been just beating the fuck out of each other forever.
Yeah.
And down the bottom of that top 15, you've got Cody Stamen and Rob Font and Song Yadong.
I'm sorry, but they're just not
Ooh.
up in bantamweight yet.
Casey Kenny.
Casey Kenny.
Casey Kenny.
Hey,
I thought that was a NASCAR driver.
Right? That's Casey Kane.
Casey Kane.
Whatever. Same thing. I don't watch NASCAR.
He was my favorite
Neither do
NASCAR
I.
driver
I
back
just
in the
know who he
day
is.
when I was like a teenager.
My favorite was, I think,
12 years ago.
Mark
Mark
Martin.
Martin.
Mark Martin.
Mark Martin. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, Mark Martin.
Don't for Dale.
All right.
Dale Earnhardt.
We got our NASCAR and guys
Rest
talking
in peace.
NASCAR.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Moving on.
Damn,
All right.
we're in hour 5. I feel great.
So we already got Marlon Moraes and Jose Aldo, maybe?
Wait, what?
Did we already talk about it a little bit, or do you want to get into it more?
Moraes Aldo. Who you guys taking?
Moraes.
Oh, Maurice Aldo?
Maurice purely weight cut.
Maurice.
Maurice because purely weight cut. He's just a smaller Jose Aldo.
Yeah,
I
Moraes.
agree completely. I think Maurice because
was gonna say.
Aldo looks. We've seen pictures of him 2 weeks out from the fight looking terrible.
He doesn't look good.
And he still
Really?
I'm sure he still had. There's no. He's obviously not on weight yet. He obviously still has a.
Not 2 weeks out.
I mean, regardless, if he has 7 or 10 or 15 pounds more to go,
Jessica,
I don't
was
give a
looking
fuck,
good.
man. I don't know how he's even going to make this weight. This is ridiculous.
Jessica, was looking
So I'm going to go with
good.
Maurice just because of the
looking
weight
good?
cut.
yeah, she always
honestly.
looks pretty good.
As far as skills go, I say they're pretty equal.
Yeah, I
honestly,
mean, exactly what you were
as
just
far as
saying.
skill
They're
go. I think
very similar.
like Maurice is the Aldo of 135 and vice versa. Essentially, maybe not as far as like outcome of wins and losses goes, but as far as like just their
Style.
overall skill and style,
Yeah.
like they're kind of the same fighter essentially, just in different weight classes.
I really wish this fight was at 145. I
too.
really wish.
Me too.
Because it would be
too.
better for Aldo. Because when they announced this fight... Go ahead.
Moraes would be.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Go
so
ahead.
when they announced Aldo versus Moraes, I was like, what? And then when I found out it was at 135, I was like, no, that's pointless because Aldo looks, no offense, but Aldo looks like trash every time he weighs in
doesn't
at
look good,
145. Like,
Yeah.
he barely makes 145. If you told that man to make 144, he'd die. So now we're saying legit. And if you say, okay, now you got to go to 135, I was like, that's literally impossible. Why are they even signing that? Because he barely makes 145. Like, barely.
I heard
she's looking
TJ
good.
Dillashaw is
Yeah.
going to help Aldo cut the weight.
Oh, is he?
Yes,
Are those EPOs?
Yeah.
EPOs and bulimia.
Was it a joke or are you serious?
It was a joke. Yeah.
Oh, it was a joke. Okay, it was a joke. All right, it was a joke. What I was gonna say is, I think Maurice would be. I think he would look nice at 145 because the dude's chiseled.
Yeah.
He is jacked.
He's small though.
He is very small.
He's
very
small.
little fat on him. I think he could just bulk up a little more. Grow up. What I'm saying is he could just
Go
bulk up
145.
more.
He would
He
just
could put
not
on
cut
more
as much
muscle,
weight.
just and increase his muscle mass to go up to 145, as opposed to just putting on just generic weight.
I think 135 is really perfect for him because
I
mean,
agree.
He's fast.
As far as Aldo dropping and Maurice going up, I think Maurice going up would be a lot easier than
Yes.
Aldo going down.
Yeah, I still don't
It's a
think.
more interesting fight at 145,
I
right?
still don't think Aldo's gonna
Yeah.
make 135.
Yeah, I'm
if he
kind of agreeing
does,
with what you're
he's
going
gonna
with
look
here.
terrible, like terrible.
Yeah.
So,
Probably.
it's unfortunate, but
I just don't know. Do you think he's gonna? All right. How about this? Start with me.
Hmm?
I don't think Aldo's gonna make weight.
I agree.
Vinny.
Yeah, no, I think he's going to miss it too.
I think he's gonna miss.
I bet he gets there and then he gets his ass kicked by Moraes.
You
If
think
he
you think he actually makes 135?
136, if he,
130. That's right. 136.
that 1 pound's
Yeah.
gonna save his life. I think
Or
if
he's
he-
gonna call up Kelvin Gastelum and be like, "Yo, how'd you do that?
Yeah, can I hold that towel?
Yeah, dude. You got a coach that can stand up?
Yeah, he's totally gonna use a towel. I think.
Yeah.
If he does make it, yeah, he's gonna lose.
Don't forget to bring a towel. Don't forget your towel."
DC will help you. Anything else on that?
No. That's that. It's a cool fight.
Jesus.
Yeah, Marlon Moraes is only 5'5".
You're gonna have
so.
to change. Fuck with it.
Yeah, I just want to do the deuces. God.
Yeah.
Fucking
Moraes is only
steroids.
5'5". I guess Volkanovski's only like 5'6".
Volkanovski's
Did you
5'6",
hear-
but used to weigh 210 pounds.
That's exactly what I was just
We've
gonna
mentioned
say.
that. We've actually
That
mentioned
is
that on a
fucking
recent podcast.
nuts.
The last couple podcasts, I
That
brought
is
that up.
bonkers.
And they
Yeah,
annou-
you guys didn't believe me. Actually, I remember that
a
specifically.
rugby
You guys were like,
player,
no way. I'm like, dude,
210.
Yeah.
Yo, dude, who the
210.
hell? Did you hear when they said that and Rogan said it out loud? He's like, no. He's like, that can't be right.
100%.
They said it in the not in the podcast, in the broadcast.
Yeah.
Last time, but it wasn't Rogan saying it. But I know they said it even before that.
Exactly.
And that's when
the
Rogan
time
was
he
like,
fought before that.
Yeah.
I think. And Rogan was like, no fucking way.
When he fought Aldo.
He's like, there is no way that dude was 210 pounds and is now fighting at 145. That makes
Before we
no
go to those
sense.
two gentlemen, let's pause and let's just rewind just slightly to Amanda Nunes and Jermaine Durandamy. The first, I just fucked her name up, didn't I?
Jermaine
Durandamy. Jermaine Durandamy and Amanda Nunes. The
Número dos.
first of 3 title fights on this card.
Mm-hmm. Stack card.
They have fought before. It was 2015?
I got you.
2015? 2016? Ryan's got it. He'll pull it up. They have fought before. Amanda won. She won the fight.
Damn, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
2013.
2013. Oh, shit.
7
I was
years
off by a couple
ago.
of years.
We're at 7? No,
So 7 years
November 6th. So 6 years ago.
Wait. Yeah. That's just a Mountain Dew, though. No big deal.
Hey, there's 2 dues and 8.
So, I mean,
I gotta stay
before we even break this fight down, just
I gotta
real
get
quick,
back up again at 4 o'clock in the morning.
let's just say we're all taking Nunes, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Every time I bet against her, she
You don't
wins. So.
You don't beat Cyborg and then go out and lose to.
So essentially, we're all taking
home.
Nunes, but it
Sorry.
is still an interesting fight because Jermaine Durandamy,
She's good.
when I try to say her name quickly, I fuck it up. Jermaine Durandamy, she has been looking good recently, and I know they did fight, and Amanda already won, but like we said, it was back in 2013. So
Durandamy's last fight was against Ladd, who just fought.
Yep.
And
which we all agreed, by the way, that was
early stoppage.
kind of an early stoppage when she beat Ladd.
She finished it with 1 punch. Literally 1 punch.
Herb had a couple bad fights.
Yeah, come on, Herb. Step it up. That's why he hasn't refed.
No, come on, Herb. I like Herb.
Sorry.
Me too, but yeah, whatever.
Sorry, who?
Yeah, Robbie.
If you go back to February,
Oh,
yeah,
Robbie Lawler.
yeah.
that one was tough. I thought he was out too, honestly.
Yeah, I thought it was too.
I thought he could have stopped it when. I thought he could have stopped it when Robbie dropped Ben on his head and started.
Oh, yeah.
blasting him.
Oh, yeah.
German suplex
The
stuff.
first thing? Yeah, no.
Like, the 2 guys that are drinking beer are sharing a mic. This is not a good idea.
Don't drop it.
Ooh.
Anyway, but if you go back to 2017, Durandamy, she beat Holly Holm, 5-round
That is
decision.
impressive.
It was a controversial decision, though, because there were a lot of people that actually had Holly Holm winning that fight. And then
Durandamy and Holm.
Durandamy and Holm,
Okay.
yes. If you go back 2017, I was talking about Durandamy's last few fights.
I thought you were talking about.
Then if you
Holm.
go to... that was her
Holm
only
Nunes.
fight of 2017, and then she fought once also in 2018. She beat Raquel Pennington.
She's on that Kamaru Usman.
There was also a decision win. And then she actually... she's got a 3-fight win streak.
Oh, the titties.
She beat Aspen Ladd. TKO. Now she's fighting Nunes.
You can take it back if you want.
Yeah, I got Nunes. I got Nunes
Off my head.
essentially dominating that fight. I know Raquel Pennington's got some really, really good kickboxing. She's...
Jermaine Durandamy?
What did I just say?
Raquel Pennington.
Right. That's the fight that she...
That was her last
She
fight?
beat Raquel Pennington before she beat Ladd.
gonna
She
say.
beat Raquel Pennington. Jermaine Durandamy. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Durandamy's only lost once
Got really
in the
good
UFC.
kickboxing.
Durandamy's only lost once in the UFC, and that was Raquel Pennington. Fuck. God damn.
Do you guys have Raquel Pennington on the brain? Jesus Christ.
he said Raquel
She beat,
Pennington.
know.
yeah,
She
Durandamy
too.
beat Raquel Pennington. That's why Pennington's in my head.
So
Yeah.
serious.
Nunez is the only woman to beat Durandamy in the UFC, and she did beat her by strikes. I was about to ask if
Yes.
Durandamy has lost by strikes, because I don't know if I see this fight her losing by strikes. I think a decision for Nunez.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
she got
I think
knocked
she
her out.
beats.
You think you'll knock her out?
Yeah.
Really?
She loves
I
that
don't
shit.
think there's any way this ends in a decision. That is.
Really?
Yeah.
She gonna knock her ass out.
Oh, fuck me then.
She gonna knock her ass out.
Yeah.
You see today, she said she's the best ever.
Who? Nunez?
Mm-hmm.
She is.
She goes, guy, girl, I'm better than all of them.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
God.
Do we really care much for people who self-proclaim that they're the best ever?
Katzengana would disagree. I still remember that.
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
I think everyone still remembers it. Katzengano did beat Amanda Nunes.
Nunez's last loss. Does that-
Katzengano.
Oh, Zagano, okay.
But she smoked Cyborg.
She
I
got
think that's
submitted,
the thing
right?
that does it.
Ngannou submitted her?
I'll look it up right now.
I think that's what does it though. That pushes her over the
TKO
top,
elbows. She had mounted her
okay.
and then
Cyborg.
and then elbowed her and
I knew it was
punched
on
her.
the ground.
That was in 2014. So Durandamy's last loss was 2013, and Nunez's last loss was 2014.
Jesus Christ.
So both have a decent streak going right now.
They do.
I don't want to see either of them streak though.
I'm still going Nunes.
I mean, Nunes was in the body issue for ESPN.
Not interested.
Whatever.
Oh, okay.
Again, better
She's
shape
kinda
than I'll
cute.
ever be in.
That's true.
So we all got Nunes for that fight, right? So Nunes is going to
Fuck
beat
yeah.
Durandamy, so that's going to be a fun fight.
So excited for
Can't
the
wait
next
to
one.
watch Nunes beat Durandamy.
So excited for the next one.
Max Holloway.
Blessed.
Max Blessed Holloway.
Blessed era.
Alexander Volkanovski, who is actually, as far as records go, granted Max has been fighting the top tier for a very long time.
10
Max
years.
being 21-4. Volkanovski only one loss in his MMA career. 20-1. 20-1. Mm-hmm. This is a hell of a fight. In my opinion, this is the toughest fight Max has taken in his entire UFC career.
As far as the other guy's record,
As far as toughest fights, as far as hardest
Toughest
fights, where
title fight.
he's gonna have to title fight.
Okay.
Correct. He's gonna have to dig deep and really everything that Max does well, everything that he's known for, his pressure, using his range, his ability to not get taken down.
That's going to be
which
the
is
main one.
huge, especially from a guy like we mentioned earlier, Volkanovski being a former rugby player, used to weigh 200 plus pounds.
Strong
He's got
as
a
all
lot
hell.
of power, knows how
Yeah.
to take guys down. Max is really going to have to do everything that he does fucking perfectly to win this fight.
I don't know about perfectly. I think
gonna
it's
say
definitely
perfectly.
gonna be. I definitely think it's gonna be a very tough fight. But as far as Volkanovski even threatening to win, I don't really see it that much.
Really?
He definitely has a chance. Definitely has a chance.
Dude, I'm worried about Volkanovski.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a Holloway Ortega 2. It's
Really?
I think that
You think he's going to pick him
Volkanovski
apart?
has a lot more hype behind him right now than he's worth, and I think Max is going to tune him up.
Yeah.
Vinny, I disagree hardcore with you, bro. It's the first time we've disagreed this whole time. I think Volkanovski poses the largest threat to Max to date. If you don't count Poirier,
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say Poirier.
Yes.
Poirier, yeah, Max moved up to 155. He's a big 155er.
Yeah.
Let's just throw that out there. Max looked pretty good. Poirier outworked him. He outstruck him as far as significant strikes goes.
It was a different division. I say
Yeah.
Max
Holloway
doesn't
at
have enough
featherweight.
power
I
to
don't,
fight at
you know,
155.
it's not that you can't count that fight. I'm
Right.
not. Let's just put that just off to the side. You know?
Yes.
Let's put the Poirier fight off to the side.
Yes.
Max got beat. Poirier did a great job. Put it off to the side. I think as far as 145 pounds go, this is the toughest fight that Max has seen yet.
Could be.
I think this is. That being said, I got Max. I got Max winning this fight. I don't think Volkanovski is going to be able to get in on Max's range and use his power to the fullest to actually get a hit. To get a hit on Max to the point where he's going to actually knock him out.
The thing that's funny about Max is his reach isn't as long as you think it is.
That's
never
what I'm.
is.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
His reach is not as long as Volkanovski's.
Volkanovski has a longer reach.
Yes, he does.
Wow.
71.5 for Volkanovski, only 69 nice for Max Blessed.
What about height?
Max is
No
tall.
shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Max has 5 inches on.
5
him.
inches. Because
Yeah,
Max is
5'11"
5'11".
to
But
5'6".
Volkanovski has the reach advantage.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Max
really
surprisingly
interesting.
has short arms for being as tall as he does.
But
Because
he
I think
used-
his reach should be longer than that for being 5'11".
But he uses them really well with the jabs and peppering with the
Oh, yeah.
shots and all
Yeah.
that. So
No, he's really fast and he's really accurate.
that's why I'm thinking he just has longer, lanky arms. I guess I'm wrong. But
Well, I mean, most of the time he's fighting Frankie Edgars, who probably do only have 67-inch reaches, 65-inch
Oh,
reaches.
Brian Ortega.
Brian Ortega has a good reach. He's also not a good boxer.
yeah, he wasn't really that much of a.
He's got pretty good. Ortega's got pretty good boxing, actually.
Ortega's a great jiu-jitsu, but I
Yeah.
mean,
He just more than above average jiu-jitsu.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, that's what I mean.
Ortega does have good boxing, though.
But when you think of Ortega, you normally think of ground game.
Sure, I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying he does have good boxing.
I think about that the same way.
It's not like he's a Crone Gracie who's like,
No.
striking's like,
but I think
just
he's
enough. But he's got like amazing jiu-jitsu. It's like, no, Ortega has legitimate
I think he's Nate
good
Diaz.
boxing.
He can hang on the feet.
I think
Ortega's
he's Nate
hanging
Diaz as
for
opposed to Jorge Masvidal with Max Holloway.
I will give this to Ortega. He did hand Frankie Edgar his first finish ever with that uppercut.
Yeah,
So.
good point.
It's not that he doesn't have power.
He's got boxing.
I'd say, like, if I was...
no, but that's what I'm saying, is that I compare those two the same way that you're looking at a Jorge fighting Nate Diaz, where it's a guy that's an elite boxer who's fighting a guy that can box and has good stand-up, but if you're going against a guy that's that good...
I think the question is, can Volkanovski take down Holloway?
Yeah, because Volkanovski's
I think
ground and
so.
pound
It's fucking scary. Yeah, dude, you got it. You said it,
dude.
man. Yeah,
So-
absolutely.
I don't go off of Vegas odds because they're kind of bullshit. Not bullshit, but So, but if I were to make Vegas odds on this thing, because I can't put a percentage on it, because I don't do percentages.
I mean, you can try.
I don't do percentages.
Do what you won't.
Max Holloway minus 250. Yeah, on this one. If I was to make some odds.
Yeah, as far as Volkanovski taking Max down, I don't see it happening. Frankie tried, he couldn't do it. Frankie's a phenomenal wrestler. Brian Ortega tried, he couldn't do it. I don't think Max is kind of like the Tyron Woodley of his division when it comes to takedown defense. Like, he makes sure not to get there.
That's one of the things. That's one of the things that Poirier said coming away from the Max fight, is that he was amazed by the strength that Max had in his hips, specifically when he was going for the takedown.
Right.
He was surprised at how hard it was for him to take Max down.
What I'm afraid of, being a Max Holloway fan, I'm afraid of Holloway trying to get in, not being able to get that takedown, but when he's in, catch him with like a quick, like, dirty boxing type shot and drops Max.
Sure.
That's what I'm afraid of, being a Holloway fan. But I'm not that worried for this fight. I'm really not.
I am. Even though I have Max, I would not be surprised.
If you were to put like Vegas odds on it, what would you put Max as? Obviously the favorite, because you're taking Max.
I give him the favorite, but
100?
minus 100.
I got him
was
sitting
gonna
right
say
in front of
minus
me, so-
100.
Pick him.
If we're gonna do like Vegas betting odds, like minus 100.
think it's that close, huh?
I think
Minus
it's really
167.
fucking close.
He's minus 167 is the actual Vegas odds?
I'm looking
I
at him
have
right
it at
now.
minus
Go, dude.
250.
Yeah, I got.
Vinny, what you got?
That's close.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know. I haven't seen Volkanovski in a 5-round fight. If Volkanovski is going to win, I think it's going to be by decision. I don't think he's going to finish Max because I don't think Max has been
TKO
finished in the
him.
UFC. He went 5 rounds with Dustin. McGregor laid on top of him for 3 rounds. That was his last loss before Dustin, I think. Oh, wait, no. Dustin did finish him. He submitted him the first time they fought by a triangle armbar. I forgot about that.
Keep going, but
He's never been knocked out.
I think Bermudez beat him. I think not
Dennis.
Dennis beat Max Holloway.
Yeah,
Do you know
Dennis.
how?
Did he finish him?
I don't know. I'm looking up there right now.
Not sure.
I think that was his last loss.
I would
McGregor-
say the only
it was a
the only
split
way that Volkanovski
And McGregor was the last one before Poirier.
is going to be Holloway is to finish him. And I think he's got to finish him within the first few rounds. Volkanovski got amazing cardio, too.
Wait.
Let's not forget about that.
Wait, what you said? Volkanovski?
I was saying if Volkanovski beats Holloway, I think he needs to finish him.
Oh, in the first couple rounds.
Yes.
Okay.
In the first, not a couple, in the first maybe 3.
Okay.
If I feel like if
First
it goes
half.
into the 4th or 5th and he hasn't landed those big shots and Holloway's been doing what Holloway does 1 through 3, which is why he hasn't been finished, in 4 and 5, Holloway's just going to do more of what Holloway does because that's
Turn it up.
what we see is we see Holloway really turn it up as far as output goes and as far as successful output goes in the 4th and 5th round. That's what Holloway does best. So that's where I have it, and I think that's what's going to happen. I think it will go to a decision, and I think Holloway is going to get the decision, probably unanimous. I could maybe even see a split decision because Volkanovski does have really good fucking cardio, and he's got some output and he's got some power.
Oh, he's good.
And
I don't see
he's
the
going
rugby
to put a
guy
lot of
running out of
pressure on
gas.
Max, but I think in the later rounds, in the championship rounds, Max takes it away.
Right.
That's how I see it going. But I think it's going to be really, really close.
Zach, you want to throw some stuff in there?
Good stretch.
So, no.
Not even in the mic.
I'm laughing at all the lines, honestly, because I mean, Holloway by decision is your biggest bet, like your best bet.
That's what I would say.
Yeah. And then after that, plus 250, plus 260 is Holloway to finish and Volkanovski for decision. So they have those at almost 1-1. So that's a lot closer than I honestly thought it would be.
Mm.
If he's only plus 260 to finish by decision, Volkanovski is. It's not bad.
Right.
They're giving him a lot, especially for what a lot of the rest of the lines look like for some of the ones that you don't think are going to be like all that close. Like Piotr Jan, minus 500.
To win?
Yes.
Minus 500 to win
Yes.
against Faber?
Yes.
Jeez.
Yes.
That might be a live dog there.
Oh, yeah, no, that's the one where you go throw $50 on Faber and hope
Yeah.
that he does anything.
Throw $1 on Faber.
Damn.
I got Holloway TKO round 3. Call it now.
Ooh, okay, I got Holloway decision.
He's gonna overwhelm him. He's gonna just lay the shots on him.
Third round?
Third round.
Okay.
Zach or Will?
Yeah, I already called it. I said
You said Holloway.
I think it's going to go to decision.
Holloway
I think
decision.
it's going to be decision Holloway.
Zach? I thought I heard you say Volkanovski knock him out, but
Yeah.
ooh.
I don't think he's going to knock him out. I think he's going to TKO him.
Do you want to put hot sauce
I think
on
he's
it?
going to, no.
God
I
damn
think
it.
he's going to get him
on
onto
hot
the
sauce on that.
I think he's going to get him to the ground, though. I think he's going to get him to the ground at some point.
Do you want to just do you got
And I
Volkanovski,
think
I
it's
got
gonna-
Holloway?
No, and I think it's going to
Damn
be a
it.
pain in the dick for him to get back up.
Dude, Zach, just make a hot sauce bet.
No, I don't do that.
You won the last one.
That doesn't matter.
You did win the last one.
I know.
I lose them all.
Right?
I fucking hate
Oh,
this mic.
this
all
one
over.
I am
Yeah,
not
stop
at all confident
Stop it.
about. It's just one of those things where I'm looking at it and I'm going, I really like Volkanovski.
Right.
I really like Volkanovski.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not the greatest nickname in the world, but if you're Alexander and you're good at something, you should be called Alexander the Great.
So great. Yeah.
Hernandez has the same name.
Alex
Yeah.
the Great Hernandez.
Yeah, Alex
Yeah.
Hernandez,
Will's
who
favorite.
got
Yeah,
fucked
until he
up
got
by-
fucked up by Cowboy.
Cowboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
do not talk that much shit and get murked that bad. You don't
No, that's exactly what I was just thinking.
What happened to him?
Dude,
What
he
happened
got
to him?
destroyed.
Yeah, I know he got destroyed, but what happened to him after
He
that?
won his last fight.
Yeah.
He
Did
won
he?
his most recent
Yeah.
fight. Yeah, I forgot who
By
he fought,
decision, I
Was
think.
it in UFC?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought he
dude,
got
so
cut.
yeah.
It was only like a month or two ago, but it was like prelims or something.
He
It was,
fell off my map. Like he's gone.
Yep. They
though.
were
Cowboy destroyed his career.
They were
That
doing-
killed it.
they were
He took
doing
all
to
credibility from him.
Yeah.
they were doing to him what we were talking about with
Shevchenko's opponents.
No, not Corey Anderson.
Johnny Walker.
No, shit. Israel Adesanya beat him on the way up. And
Derek Brunson?
Yes, Derek Brunson.
Yeah.
Where it's that guy that's in the middle of the division that's like good, but you think that your young guys should be able to beat him so that it'll catapult them up even higher. And then
Who's this?
Cerrone fucked his face up.
Oh, Hernandez.
Hernandez, where you were like, yeah, no, this is going to be Israel Adesanya's stepping stone to fighting for a title.
I already forgot.
And it's like, yeah, no, Alexander Hernandez will use this to be fighting a guy in the top 5, and then he's knocked out.
I want a fucking Bluetooth fucking microphone because I keep on hitting this shit. These things are not safe.
That's funny.
Well, fucking buy one.
Yeah, right.
It's fine, dude.
You can do whatever you want.
I mean, these things sound great. Do we sound great? I think we sound great.
I think we sound
Comment
pretty
below
good,
if you think we
right?
sound great.
You sound great.
I know I do.
just
10,
you.
10 comments from 10 different people.
And Will shaves his head.
I'll shave my fucking head.
And then by the time the next episode shows up, he'll look the same.
Probably not. I don't know. Haven't cut my hair in a couple weeks. You guys already move on to the main event?
Moving on.
Moving on to the main
think so.
event.
The third and final title fight of UFC 245.
The Nigerian Nightmare
Against Chaos.
Interesting.
meets
Interesting accent.
Chaos.
Covington.
Yeah. He's something.
Cario Chaos Covington.
Okay, so Colby, I'm not a big fan of him. I'm not a fan of the character that he plays.
Kamaru's gonna fuck him up.
Does he have
I hope
fans?
so. I hope so. I hope he fucks
I
him up.
disagree.
But
highly.
Colby's good. Colby's good.
Colby is really good, and I do not think. I think this match is. I think Kamaru is going to drop this one. I really do.
You think Kamaru's going to lose to Colby?
I think Kamaru is going to lose. I really do. I really think Kamaru is going to lose. Both. I mean, if we just break down these guys' records, though, they're both
EPO fueled.
They are both very.
Didn't deny it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, see?
He is
both
EPO
of these
fueled.
guys are very. It doesn't get more legit and close than this. I mean, we were just talking about Holloway and Volkanovski, but if you look at these guys' records, both 15-1, both have murked pretty much everybody in the division.
They
With
have
the only differences is like Kamaru beat Woodley, the champ, and Colby beat the former champ Robbie. Like with the exception of that, they both beat RDA. They both have beat many of the same guys on the way up, and
You were telling me this
similar
at work.
styles too. Yeah,
Yeah, you were telling me that at work that they have a similar opponent list.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this one was kind of,
Boring.
a pick 'em. Like this is real close.
It's going to be a hug fest is what it's
Yeah.
going to be.
I don't think so. I think Kamaru. I hope Kamaru takes Colby down, but we haven't really
going
see
to.
Colby on the bottom. He doesn't really get taken down that much. Usually, he's the one taking people down.
Yeah.
I think they
I was
have very
just
similar
watching his
styles,
RDA
as Vinny just said, and Kamaru essentially does everything just slightly better than Kobe does.
Mhm.
I think Kamaru takes him down. I think Kamaru gets top on a lot of the takedowns. I think if Kobe tries to take down Kamaru Usman, I don't think he's that successful with his takedowns. He might get a couple good ones in there, but I think once it goes to the ground, I think Kamaru eventually gets a favorable position and just kind of works from there. I don't see either one of these guys getting a finish.
If it stays
And
on
I
the
don't-
feet,
Yeah,
if it stays on the feet, what do you think is going to happen?
I still go with Kamaru. I think his striking is underrated, and I think he has more power in his hands.
I've never even seen his
Um,
striking.
Neither have I.
I would say that, he's got a decent amount of knockdowns.
Well, I mean, I look at him and it's like, yeah, I feel like that guy. If he
Yeah,
hit you in
for
the
sure.
face, it would hurt. But
yeah, if you go back and look at some of his fights, he has some good knockdowns. He's got definitely more power in the hands. It's just the way he throws. He throws a lot more power behind his shots than Colby does, so he doesn't have
Yeah.
as much output as Colby Covington.
Well, you remember Kobe's
Covington,
last fight?
Well, his last fight, he broke the
Yeah.
record.
The
He had
output wasn't
500,
quite- yeah.
500 plus strikes against
Robbie.
Lawler. Yeah, thank you.
Weird.
But that being said, I think Kamaru with his power behind his hands, maybe not quite as many strikes,
No.
but still a very high output. Like not 500, but maybe say he throws 250 to 300 strikes that land that have more power behind him. He's going to end up dealing more damage. And I think as far as wrestling goes, Kamaru's got more power. He's faced essentially the same, besides Woodley, kind of the same competition.
That's what Vinny was
essentially.
saying. Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Besides Woodley,
Woodley's
but I
good,
go with
though.
Kamaru as far as power goes and just overall just physicality. I think Kamaru takes it, and that's why I think he takes it. I think he just has more power in the areas that they both excel at.
I think I will give you three different, not options, but three different scenarios here. If Kamaru can't take down Colby, Colby's going to win
I disagree.
on the feet.
Just bulk of stand up.
I
Yeah.
disagree with that.
All right. If Kamaru can take down Colby, which actually it's really just two scenarios. If Kamaru can take down Colby, I think he's going to ground and pound him, which is what I want. I want him to ground and pound him and beat him. Decision, TKO, it doesn't matter to me. And then what I think is
TKO him.
actually going to happen is I think Kamaru wins by decision. It's going to be a lot of up against the fence. But if there's space, I think Colby is better than Kamaru on the feet.
Hoping
That's what
Kamaru
I
puts him
think.
away with one of those Matt Brown elbows.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Who gets put away?
I said I was hoping Colby gets put away with one of those Matt Brown elbows in the clinch.
I also think that Colby, if it's kept on the feet, I think Colby can take it. I think.
Me too,
I don't know if.
which I don't like.
I disagree with
I don't like it.
all of you guys.
I think it'll just be bulk. I think that's it. I think Kamaru could land shots that would hurt him, but I think refs, because they're fucking weird, would look at that and go, well, what if he landed 2 times as many punches?
Well, I would say that if you look at the last fight, Kamaru's last fight against Woodley, he threw a ton of body shots
Yeah.
and had power behind every single one of them. He landed a lot of them. I think even if it stays on the feet, I think Kamaru takes it. I think Kamaru takes it either way. I think it's a close fight, but whether it goes to the ground or whether it's on the feet, I think Kamaru beats Colby either way.
I threw out hot sauce with Zach, right? I'm not going to bet you hot sauce, but I will put this on the line. If Kamaru wins on the feet, I will take a shot of hot sauce.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because I don't think it's going to happen.
Shake on it. You're just going to say...
Yeah, if Kamaru wins on the
count
feet...
clinch his feet?
If Kamaru wins on the feet, I'll
if
take a
it
shot.
stays on the feet for the most of the fight and it's basically...
if the fight-
No, it has to end by feet.
somehow that... Well,
If the fight,
whatever.
If the fight ending sequence is on the feet, like
Yes.
he uppercuts him, he goes down and then finishes him with a couple strikes, I count that as a defeat still. So
The
I'll still
fight
take a
will
shot.
surely end in somebody's defeat.
Yeah, right.
Pretty good,
back to what Will said though.
Defeated.
As far as he was saying like, as far as matchup goes, that Kamaru is kind of just a little bit better in Colby than a lot of the aspects like wrestling and power and stuff like that, but it's kind of MMA math. Like, I thought that about Woodley. I thought Woodley was just an A version, whereas, Usman was a B+ version of everything. Woodley was the Division 1 wrestler. I don't know how the divisions work, but he was the highest division, and then, like, Kamaru was underneath. And, like, Woodley has, like, the biggest power in the division, and Usman's just a little below that.
Askren was also a Division 1 wrestler, though.
But then Usman did work on him. So
Yes.
you never know as far as like you might think that someone has an advantage in this and that, but we'll see.
Sometimes divisions don't matter in some of those peripheral sports, only because they don't have as much opportunity to recruit people outside of the area.
Yep.
So sometimes you get like really good people at some of these peripheral colleges and divisions, and Division 2, Division 3. You'll see wrestlers and stuff like that come out of there that are just like really, really good.
Yeah, they just didn't have the opportunity to go against the Division 1.
Yeah, or they're a little bit small, or didn't get a whole lot of. They went to some small high school that nobody saw, anything like that.
So, who do you got, Usman or Colby?
Usman. Yeah, Usman's gonna finish him on the ground. He's gonna TKO him. Give me 4. I'll give him 4th round.
Round 4?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go with, I think it's going to be a TKO 3rd round. Usman.
I will go decision Colby.
Whoa, okay.
I'm going decision Usman.
Decision Usman?
Yeah. Even though I want a TKO by Usman.
I think he's gonna get it. I think he's heard enough of his shit over the last.
I think in the third round, Kamaru has done enough damage. Where
I do think Kamaru's gonna come out a little hot, and it might not help him right away.
Yeah,
I think he's not gonna pace himself the way he did with Woodley.
The emotions could fuck up Usman.
It's not gonna be good.
I don't think it's going to though. I don't think it's gonna get to the point where it's gonna fuck him up.
A couple drops of that CBD oil he loves so much, and he'll be nice and calm before the fight.
I don't think it's gonna be to the point where.
Usman got worked up from Woodley too, though. You got to keep that in mind. They didn't go into that with they had some blood feud there.
Colby's a whole different animal, though. I mean, people want to rip his head off.
Yeah.
Those filthy animals in Brazil.
Yeah.
I don't think Usman's going to be
animal.
affected to the point where he's going to do too much early in the round to the point where he doesn't have. Where he gasses out.
I don't think he can gas.
I think he's too smart of a fighter to do that. Honestly, I think he's way too smart to.
I think he'll come out hot.
I think they're gonna have security, like extra security in the ring.
Yeah,
it's gonna be that
it's possible,
so that he doesn't Habib the Eagle over the top of the cage or something.
Well, during the face-off thing.
I got Usman fucking him up 3rd round.
That I wouldn't be surprised if Dana White's a little more in the middle of that face-off.
Who has them touching gloves?
Oh yeah, okay.
Hell no, dude.
Okay.
No fucking way.
Yeah, right. No, I will bet that Colby will put his gloves out. That's like let's touch gloves, and Marty's gonna be like, yeah, fuck you.
Or if he does go to touch him, he's
I didn't think Woodley and Usman were gonna touch gloves, but then they did.
Did
Yeah.
they? God, your knowledge is insane.
Yeah, I remember things.
Fuck.
No, I don't.
Might be a new thing.
But yeah, Woodley was the one to put him out there first. You know, Woodley talked a lot of shit, but he was like,
How the fuck do you know all this shit?
That's the thing, though. A lot of times, like, it's all about respect, and I don't think those two respect each other.
No.
I think
Yeah.
in the end, Kamaru Usman, you kind of have to respect Tyron Woodley. He's a
Yeah.
champion
Yeah.
and everything else, but you don't have to respect Colby Covington.
he's
I
hard
think
to
you do.
respect.
That's what it
He's-
is.
I think
Yeah.
you have to respect his skills. I hate
Yes.
his character.
Yes.
Hate his character.
Especially when you know that it's just a fucking character.
Yeah, but I gained respect from the Robbie fight. Like what I saw, I was
didn't
like,
realize he could do that.
yeah, because I want him to get fucked up so bad. And like,
See, I thought when, you know, he fucked up RDA, though, like, similar thing. Like, you know, like, he's not just fighting chumps out there. Like, he's beating, like, real talent. Like,
Right.
Joe Rogan said, like, he brought him up on a podcast, and he's like, yeah, like, that is all an act, but, like, when he gets in there, like, that's not an act.
He's
Like,
legit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has the talent to fuck up these welterweights.
the fact that he's, I don't know if
Even though they were about to cut him.
Yeah,
No,
well, that's why
crazy.
he like did that whole.
That's why he
persona
started the
is,
act,
You
yeah.
know, like he's like, this is the McGregor era. You know, like it's, that shit works sometimes.
Yep.
It didn't work for Alex Hernandez, but
No.
it does.
No, you
work.
gotta win.
Yeah, you
after
gotta
do
win
that.
for it to
winning
work.
is still a main thing in that. McGregor's gonna find that out if he comes back and doesn't win a couple fights in a row because his shit's gonna get old quick.
Yeah, it's just
And obviously, I like him, but yeah, his shit's gonna get old
I
quick
hit
if
the
he
it's just
if he does that.
the fact that he was able
Just
to
realize
like.
your hands are behind your back.
My hands are really behind my back. It's just the fact that like he was able to. I don't know about taunt Robbie, but like walk at him, no fear, hands down.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, damn.
Robbie was
Well,
just
Robbie
waiting for
was-
him to get tired
Yeah,
and then
there you go,
strike,
exactly
and he
what I was gonna
never
say,
got
dude.
tired.
Yeah.
Like,
Robbie was like,
Robbie was
yeah,
just
you
kinda
know,
bobbing
third,
and
fourth
weaving,
round,
waiting for
he'll
him to
run
get
out of
tired, never
gas. Then I'll punch him in the face a few times, and this will all be over.
Well,
Never ran out.
No, I agree. I was just saying, I agree
never ran
exactly
out.
what Zach just said. I think Lawler was just waiting for Kobe to slow down, and he never did. You can't question Kobe's output,
No.
his cardio, like it's all there.
when you break the
Even
record,
his-
you can't question.
Even
it.
his skill,
Yeah, right.
like his skill is there. He's an amazing fighter. I just don't think
He's
I
just a
don't think
douche.
he has enough to beat Kamaru. I think Kamaru, that's it, man.
Now,
I
is it
don't think
because
he's
you
got
don't
enough to
like
beat
him, or is
Kamaru.
it
I
'cause
don't
you
think he's
like
gonna beat him.
Kamaru?
I think he's gonna get fucked up in the third
You don't
round.
like Kamaru though.
I don't really like.
either. You
I
like
don't.
Hey, how do you guys like this? I take if Colby wins the fight in any way, because you all have Kamaru. I'll do 3 shots of hot sauce. But if Colby wins, you each have to do one.
Okay,
Just one.
Wait, if
Wait,
Colby wins-
is it a deal, Zach?
I'll do like half a shot of hot sauce.
deal.
You got it. He's got to
do Deal.
one.
I'm just saying deal just because Zach.
Deal. I'll
has
shake
got
on that right
Damn,
now. I'll
I'll
shake on it.
shake.
I'll
I'll
shake on
shake.
it. Shake on it.
Shake.
Do I have to
You will-
shake on it?
So Vinny's, you're saying you'll take 3 shots of hot sauce if Kamaru wins
Yes.
in any way,
Anyway,
and if Colby wins in any way.
when Colby wins,
Well, I mean,
So when
actually-
Colby loses, we don't take a shot and you take 3.
yes.
Well, I mean, if
Okay.
if Colby,
How big are your shot glasses? You don't have a double.
oh, we have.
No,
no,
it's
we-
just a shot. It's just
I
a
mean,
little shot
the
glass.
shots
We
I
got
was having
one,
were like
yeah.
fucking shots.
No,
Lot of shots.
they're little. They're like normal shots.
I'm gonna
It's
put
like a
this
shot
out
of
there.
hot
If
sauce.
anyone-
Frank's right.
If anyone's paying attention, I could possibly take 2 shots because I said
Anyone's
Colby.
paying attention.
Everyone's paying attention. The world's watching. Colby.
31 subscribers, baby.
Colby. Well, let's make it 50.
Come on,
Hit that
50.
subscribe button.
Let's get
Tell
50.
your friends.
Come
Tell
on,
your friends.
Let's go. We're cool. We're
Colby.
cool enough.
Colby knocks out Usman. I take 2 because Colby wins, and then Usman loses on the feet. So I
Yeah.
take 2.
Here you go.
So yeah,
We'll see.
just want to put that out there.
We'll see. Fair enough. All right, so I think that's good. Good on that. We're good on that, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all
Moving
set.
on.
Moving on
Moving
to
on.
any news that anybody has, any fun things anybody has that are coming up. Whether it's UFC related, Bellator related, bare knuckle boxing related, anything at all.
Oh, boxing. Andy,
Andy Ruiz Jr. got knocked out.
did he get knocked out? That was decision.
I think he got knocked out.
Oh well, Anthony Joshua did beat Andy. Anthony Joshua beat Andy Ruiz Jr. By either knockout
To
or decision.
retake his title.
It was a decision to take it
I
back,
thought
right?
it was a decision.
Ruiz knocked Joshua out in the first one.
Okay.
I thought that was also a decision.
Yeah. No. All right. So Ruiz knocked out Joshua, and then Joshua won a unanimous decision over Ruiz to get his belt back.
His ass, though. It was.
He did whip his ass, but it was a
six
it was
or
a decision.
seven
It was a
points in the
decision
other
for
direction.
sure. Yes.
It wasn't like
Actually,
3 or 4.
I
It was
watched
bad.
totally watched the fight at work on my phone,
Yeah.
and it was a decision.
I know we usually
Yeah,
don't.
dude.
We don't
How
do
bad
the
is
boxing,
that
but,
boxing?
man,
That it's on at like 2:00 in the afternoon for a title fight.
on a Saturday.
I don't watch any boxing. I only hear about this.
It's all right. There's going to be a big fight coming up pretty soon.
It was a good fight, though. It was a good fight. It was pretty back and forth. Ruiz had some good shots in there, but yeah, Joshua, unanimous decision. He won. It was a good fight.
Ruiz got a little fat and happy.
Sure.
The thing we talked about at one point was that heavyweight, you can kind of just be whatever the hell you want, weight-wise. His trainer had said that he was going to come in at like 235 pounds, and he came in at, I believe, like 285.
Whoa.
Yeah, so he was a big boy.
Is
when
there
he came in.
285?
There's
there no limit?
weight limit.
Really?
There's no limit.
Sorry, Rosenstrike, your nickname of Biggie Boy is taken away.
Yeah. Andy Ruiz ain't that big either. That's funny. He's like 5'11" or 6 foot. He's not.
He's just fat.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
even fat because like he has
Yeah.
I
skill.
didn't realize he
Well,
weighed
you watch
professional
you watch
boxing.
like his foot speed and stuff like that. It's ridiculous.
Is it
It's
really good?
Very surprising for somebody as big
I
as he
heard
is.
Butterbean was like that too.
Yeah.
Butterbean was
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Guys that you can just move their feet.
Do you know how much Butterbean weighed? Because he looked.
He had to be over
Big.
300.
Oh,
He
wow.
Over
has to
300?
be. He had to be
Shit,
over
man.
300.
So there's your boxing. Oh, and then,
you have
another boxing.
there was the boxing one from like last week where Anthony Joshua knocked out somebody.
Ruiz.
No,
Was
that's
it
what we were just
another
talking
Ruiz?
about. That's what we were just talking about.
Or
Anthony
sorry,
Joshua.
Deontay Wilder.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
Deontay
Yeah,
Wilder.
yeah.
So is it official Wilder versus Fury? Is that their next
It
fight?
should
Both
be.
of them.
It should be.
Winner-
Their second fight, right? Their second one.
It's
Yes,
their
Their
second
first
one.
one
Their
ended in a
second
draw,
fight.
right?
Yep.
I just don't know if they're
They're
fighting
gonna
anyone
fight
else in
again?
between.
I don't think so. I think this was what that was. Was Tyson Fury fought Wallin a few months back, and then this Deontay Wilder just fought.
And Joshua fought. So
Joshua fought, and so probably the winner of the Tyson Fury fight will fight Anthony Joshua.
So Fury versus
Joshua
Wilder.
lost.
Winner will fight Joshua.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though Joshua's the only one of them with a loss.
And then boxing will be dead for the next 3 years until it comes.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Until it comes back to
I
life.
can only hope.
And
We'll
then
see what happens.
It comes back to life just because like Manny Pacquiao and fucking Mayweather, and then it died.
We're
for
somewhat
like 3
talking
years.
about fighting again. There was a report from UFC that Floyd Mayweather was trying to get in,
We talked about that last
and that it was going to be Jorge. You know who just talked about Floyd Mayweather was Twister, Bryce Mitchell. He said that he was gonna like knock him out so bad that when he woke up he could read.
What?
I don't know about
Bryce
a
Mitchell?
comment like in that coming from a good old boy from Arkansas, but okay.
It's still funny. I love it when
I did
people make
wanna-
fun of him for not being able to read.
I did want to mention, I forgot when we were talking about the Volkanovski fight, and I always bring this up when I talk about him, is his coach and his team, Israel Adesanya and Dan Hooker, are on his team.
I didn't know
Their
that.
whole team is undefeated
Kiwis.
this year if Volkanovski wins this fight.
Yeah.
That whole team is undefeated. And
I mean,
that
Hooker's
is
been
something
looking-
to say about that camp.
Hooker looks good.
Yeah, Hooker looks amazing. I
Adesanya
can't
looked
wait.
amazing.
Can't wait to see him fight again.
Was that City Kickboxing?
Damn.
New Zealand?
I don't.
I think it is. I mean, it
think-
may not be all in City Kickboxing. It may be other stuff too.
But yes, either Joe Rogan or Ariel Helwani, one of them had that coach on their podcast, and they were talking about like how that like he's gonna win like Coach of the Year or something. Is he? Is not. New
I thought Volkanovski was out of Australia, not New Zealand.
Well, I can tell you that
It could be, but they're not too far away.
I mean, you can be out of Canada and be fighting in ATT and stuff.
Sure.
But so if
So I didn't know. I didn't hear anything about Volkanovski being out of that camp.
if
The
he
same
is
camp that Hooker and Adesanya is. I haven't heard that.
if he is out of that camp, then I don't have a percentage on Max Holloway winning, even though I have a percentage on everything, like I said. Yeah. But if I did have a percentage on Holloway winning, it just got knocked down 5%.
Oh, because of that comment.
Because of the comment you just said, yeah, I didn't realize that.
You looking that up, Zach? Because I don't think he's out of the same. I don't think he's fighting out of that camp.
He is. I promise.
You sure?
100%.
Okay.
The coach.
I will do percentages.
100%. Okay.
The coach was on an interview thing.
He was either on Ariel.
Sure, dude.
He was either on Ariel or Joe Rogan's podcast, one or the other.
All right.
And he was, yes, Volkanovski is with those guys.
Okay. I believe you.
I mean, it.
Okay.
You know,
I believe
New Zealand rugby player, not hard to believe, right?
No, not hard to believe at all.
All right.
I mean, I know Hooker is New Zealand. He's
Yeah.
not Australia.
I cannot wait to watch that guy fight again.
Hooker?
He made L look like a child in there.
Yeah.
The way he rolled him around and just
Who's he
it's
fighting?
unbelievable.
Who's Hooker fighting?
He's fighting
Paul Felder.
the Irish
that's
Dragon.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
It's a great fight.
They that stare off in their sweaters. That was great.
The sweaters.
They are out of that camp altogether.
They are?
Yeah, Hooker
Oh,
Volkanovski
shit,
and
dude.
Attaboy, Vinny.
Fuck yeah.
Yep, and
Attaboy
it is City
Vinny.
Kickboxing.
You know.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate
and
that.
it is City Kickboxing.
I'm sorry I questioned you.
That's all right.
My apologies.
He questions me all the time.
It is in New Zealand.
I do. I question. I don't necessarily disagree. I just
Nothing
question.
wrong with it.
I like to throw the questions out there. I like to make sure.
The important question.
the GTF Devil's Advocate.
Hell yeah. That's me. That's right.
We're an hour 49. I think
We're on
it's
49. I
whoa.
think we're done, right? Are we
Are
good?
we?
Are we
Is
good?
there any other
Anything?
news?
Any other thing coming up? Any other fights coming up that have been made?
We already talked about Wiz Carmouche getting
big.
cut.
Carmouche got cut.
Oh,
the
super sad.
worst part
Super
about-
sad card. Depressing and all that.
What do you mean?
I mean,
Yeah. It was like the fight cancer night.
Yeah,
So,
fight
it was,
cancer,
Oh,
which
yes.
is
Yeah.
I totally support it, but man, that kind of a little bit of a downer for me. And then also
Well, it's
they
a downer, but
Nia
I mean, it's great
Blanchard.
that they're doing it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely not. It's a sad subject. you
and
know?
then they brought up Walt Harris's stepdaughter, which
Yeah,
is
Nia
another
Blanchard.
tragic thing. It's like, man, that was
Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah, it sucks.
I got a quick question for you guys. If Tony Ferguson is not the man to beat Khabib, who do you think it is in that division? I'm not talking about if they do a GS.
Hold on, let's all say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Gaethje.
Justin Gaethje.
Kevin Lee.
I say
Whoa!
Kevin Lee.
Oh, Kevin Lee!
Kevin Lee is at TriStar now, and he's looked amazing in his last
He
fight.
did look
He
amazing.
did look really good. Me and Ryan got Gaethje for sure.
Zach, who did you
Zach,
have?
did you say McGregor? Yes, I did. Okay. Are you trolling or are you serious?
Dead serious.
McGregor beating Khabib?
I mean,
Okay.
I'd go more with Kevin Lee than I think
Please
Connor's
put hot
the last
sauce on
one.
it.
Hey,
He's certainly
hey,
got
put
a
hot sauce
puncher's
on
it.
chance. There's always a puncher's chance.
Did anybody else win a round against Khabib? I don't think so. Just saying.
Yeah, he's
Want to put hot sauce on it?
He's got a
No, I
puncher's
don't.
chance.
God
Just
damn
like
it.
everybody
I don't even
else.
know if they're gonna fight again.
Although they have been saying that.
Okay. The thing is that if you, and I don't always, because a lot of times when you lose, you make up excuses for why you lose. Connor said he went in there thinking, hey, this is what I have to look forward to. Like, I have to not let him take me down. I have to not let him take me down. And he was fighting not scared, but that's like what it puts in my mind is that you're always worried about something. Instead of you pushing forward to do what you want to do, you're always worried about what the other guy is going to do to you. And I think that hurt him in that fight.
That's how he got dropped for the
That's
first
what I
time
mean.
ever by Khabib. Yeah.
98% chance Khabib smashes Connor. Connor has a 2% chance of winning.
Khabib smashes everybody. That's why, like, the only
He
person
didn't really smash Iaquinta.
if you don't have, well, I was just gonna get to that. If you don't have a strong wrestling base, you don't stand much of a chance. So Gaethje, yeah, not a bad matchup. He might have a good chance, but I think Kevin Lee is. I was super impressed with his last fight. He's looking disciplined, and he's a young. He's 26 years old. Like, he's only gonna get better.
Right.
And he's at TriStar now, where George St. Pierre is at.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a legit camp, and he definitely did look impressive. I have to see a lot more from Kevin Lee before I can start saying, like, he can beat Khabib.
Yeah.
Well, did you forget that Kevin Lee fought Tony Ferguson for the interim title
And was winning.
and he was winning that fight
winning that
before
fight, yeah.
Tony Ferguson does what Tony Ferguson does and
Triangle.
just throws up a triangle out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So Kevin Lee is no chump in that division
No.
for sure.
He's good.
just a douche.
He is a douche, but he's not a chump
just
though.
a
He's
He might be turning it around. I don't know.
he's a Colby of the division for sure. He's an asshole, but he does work.
I hate anybody that every 5 seconds is like, oh, I could beat that guy. I could beat that guy.
I'm
I
more
could
on
beat that
board
guy.
with Kevin
Dude, shut
Lee
up.
than Conor McGregor beating Khabib.
I mean, whatever. That's fine, I guess.
I mean, I feel like Conor has a chance of fighting Khabib again, and whenever you have a chance of fighting somebody, you have a chance of winning.
He has to win
be
3
Cowboy
more
first,
fights.
man.
He's gonna.
He has to win 3 more
You think
fights.
he's
He
gonna
has
be
to
Cowboy?
beat
He's
Cowboy.
gonna easily be Cowboy.
He has
I don't
to, I don't think it's going to be easy.
Easy.
I think he's got him in the second round.
It's not easy, but he probably beats him.
Hot
No
sauce?
fight's easy.
We
No
already
fight
bet.
is
We already
easy.
bet hot sauce.
Oh, we did.
didn't
Oh,
we?
I forgot about that.
No fight
already
is
bet
easy.
hot sauce.
Kevin Lee
Didn't
knocking
we?
out Gregor
We did, right?
Gillespie wasn't
I have to
easy.
rewatch it.
The only fight that was easy was Jermaine Durand and me landing 1 shot on Aspen Ladd. That fight was easy.
My question is,
Or Jorge Masvidal. That
if
fight was
McGregor
easy.
is going to get a rematch against Khabib anytime soon, how many fights at 155 is he going to do before he gets that rematch?
He's going to
'Cause not
do
fighting Cowboy
2 at
155.
170, and then he'll fight 1 at 155, probably against like Poirier or something like that. And then he'll fight.
And what do you think? In order to get the rematch, he's got to win all of them, or just the one at 55?
No, he has to win all of them.
I think Conor fights Donald
I
Cerrone
think-
at 170.
I think Khabib
if
would just be
Cerrone
like,
beats
no,
him, it's over. Right?
no.
Conor
no.
retires, right?
If
Like,
Cerrone
like a
beats-
round of Rousey. Like if Conor loses to Cerrone, that's
He's
it,
not
right?
fighting Khabib again, but I don't think he'll retire.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think he'll retire.
I think if he beats Cerrone, I think we don't see him again.
if he beats Cerrone,
I think he'd go back down to
If
155.
he loses, sorry. If Cerrone beats him, I think Conor's
He'll
done.
retreat to 155 and fight somebody.
I think he's done.
he'll
He'll retreat to 155 and fight Frankie Edgar.
or Gaethje or something.
Yeah, Edgar at 155.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what he'll do.
I think McGregor's path here is fighting Cerrone, fighting Jorge, and then fighting for Khabib. I think he's gonna win a couple fights at 170.
The Jorge
and
one
then
is going to be all
I don't think you can
about-
skip over Gaethje.
I don't want him to. I want Gaethje to fight him because I think Gaethje can beat him, and that will be Gaethje's title shot win.
They won't have Gaethje fight Conor before Gaethje fights for a title.
Good.
They won't.
Yeah.
Good. As
If
long
Conor
as
wins
as long
this
as
fight,
I've said
then
this
he's got
before,
he's
they
got
don't
at least
wanna take the
three
chance of
3
losing
fights till he
Gaethje.
fights Khabib. Gaethje's
two.
not just going to be sitting there doing nothing for 3 fights.
I think 2. 2 fights for Conor.
2?
Yeah.
No, I think
Like
he's
his
gotta
third
win
fight would be for a
155.
I think it was even Dana who said if he beats Cerrone and if he beats Masvidal, Khabib.
He's not going to be.
Dana
He's
said
not
all
going to be
that shit.
Masvidal.
Yeah.
He's not going to be Masvidal.
I mean,
No
hope
fucking
not.
way.
I don't think he
What's
would
about that
either.
one? Who you got? Vinny, who you got? If he beats Conor and fights Masvidal, who's got that?
Wait, what? What's the question?
Honestly, I don't
If-
think Masvidal will
If
materialize.
McGregor beats Cowboy, and then what did I say?
You said Conor.
If he
You said-
beats Cowboy,
If Conor beats Conor,
and then he
if Conor-
fights Masvidal, who's
yes.
going to win?
If Conor beats Cowboy, and then fights Masvidal, I take Masvidal all fucking day.
Yeah, I think Masvidal might take that one too. Masvidal's just looking great. He's crisp boxing. He's so fast. Like he's unconventional. Like that flying knee that he knocked Ben Askren at. Like just like he's he thinks outside the box and he's doing creative stuff just like Conor. Like, but he's just. I think he's just gonna be a little too much for Conor. I think that's what I think. I think he'll beat Conor. I still am like I just don't understand the concept of like Conor beating 2 people at 170 and then getting a title shot at 155. That doesn't make
Conor,
any
that's
sense.
why.
That doesn't make any sense to me. But it is Conor, like you said.
I completely agree with you. I think Masvidal beats him, and I agree with all the points on Masvidal.
I agree with everything as well. And if he does beat Masvidal, I also agree that for him to go and fight 2 fights at 170, if he does beat Cowboy, and then if he does fight Masvidal, if Masvidal takes that fight and he somehow does beat Masvidal, I don't understand why he drops to 155 and gets a title shot. I don't
Because of
understand
his
that
name.
either, man.
Because of his name.
I understand because of his name. I know that if it happens, that's why. I don't think that should even be a thing, though.
It shouldn't. But
I don't agree with
what's
it.
gonna
I think
happen.
it's stupid.
If he beats Masvidal, I don't think he beats Masvidal, so I don't think we're gonna have to worry about it.
I think if he beats Cowboy at 170, like that's all right because they're both sort of legit 55ers just fighting in a different weight class. So I'm okay with that. But then after that, maybe drop down and fight like Poirier again. And if you beat Dustin Poirier, like the first time, he went in there, he murked him.
At 155.
He murked him the first time around, no doubt. But Dustin Poirier he's Dustin Poirier now. Like he's like really established in that division now. He's no joke anymore, and I think he'd give Conor a really good run for his money. So if he dropped down and beat Dustin, yeah, give him a title shot.
No problem. I agree.
It's
I
funny.
agree.
I just happened to look at Conor and Jorge's just like stats, just overall stats. Okay. Jorge's 2 inches taller than him. I think it's 5'11" as opposed to 5'9", if I'm remembering correctly. Okay.
Sounds right.
The leg reach, Conor's actually got him. It's only by like 1.5 inches or something like that. But they have the exact same reach of 74 inches.
They're
which
both
is
former
insane
lightweights.
for Conor.
They're both former lightweights.
Yeah. Conor would have better chance at 155 against anybody that he's fighting at 170.
Yes,
Just
I agree.
strictly for his own power.
Cowboy.
Yes. Yeah, he'd be way better
I think
off at
I think he
155
has
against Cowboy.
a more of a chance of beating Cowboy than he does if he dropped to 155 and fought Gaethje. I think he's got a way worse of
beating
a
Cowboy?
way
Yeah.
less of a chance of beating Gaethje than Cowboy, right?
Yeah,
Gaethje
just
both at 155?
smacked Cowboy.
155.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
So Cowboy at 155 or Gaethje at 155, I
Yeah.
think he beats Cowboy.
I think even
easier.
Cowboy at 170 or Gaethje at 155, he has a better chance of beating Cowboy.
I agree.
That as well.
Yeah.
I think it's a harder fight at 170 to beat Cowboy
Yeah,
than if they fought at 155. But I don't think Conor, for whatever reason,
I just think he's better than Cowboy.
doesn't want to come back, start off 155,
Right.
fighting Cowboy for whatever reason.
I think for the Cowboy fight at 170, the reason he's doing it is to get at Jorge. That's why I'm saying the Jorge thing instead of Gaethje, even though I'd rather see Gaethje or Poirier.
Yeah.
But I think that's the reason for 170, for this fight being at 170, is to fight Jorge at 170.
But here's the thing, though. So
Why else would he take Cowboy at
let's
170?
say this coming weekend, let's just say, for
Nate
fun,
3.
Colby Covington beats Kamaru Usman.
Okay.
Colby Covington has the title. January 18th comes around, and
He'd have to win very fast.
Conor McGregor beats Cowboy. Now Conor comes off a win at 170. Colby Covington's the new champion. Jorge Masvidal is sitting there looking at McGregor coming off a win over Cowboy, or Colby Covington is the champion.
Who does Jorge pick?
Who does
Conor.
Jorge pick?
Connor.
Yeah,
That's not.
that's a good question.
He already said that.
He said he wants the
Yeah,
payday.
no, he's-
That's what
he's
all
already
about.
said that.
He knows he's gonna make
Yeah.
a couple
Twice.
million.
That's a damn
fighting
good
Conor.
question, though.
No, it's not. Connor all day.
I
I don't know, because I think
it's only
it-
not a good question only because Jorge's already answered it.
Yeah.
If he hadn't
he
already
answered
said,
it. Sure, he said it, but he said it. We all believe that Kamaru was going to win for the most part, except for Vinny here. But I think
Shots of sauce.
I would say most people, which is why you're willing to put three shots on it, is because most people, including probably Jorge, think that Kamaru is going to win that fight. But if in the end it comes up and it is Colby Covington as the champion standing there with the belt, the fight's on the line, it's going to be a bigger fight because now Colby, as big of a name as he already has, now his name is going to be more than it is today as we speak.
But not as big
after
as
coming
McGregor.
off a win on one of the biggest cards of the year.
But not as big as McGregor.
Yeah.
It'll never be as big as McGregor.
I won't argue that it's not as big, but like, do you
It
think
won't
he'd
make him as
still
much money.
go for a big payday and become champion? Because once you're the actual champ, a lot of money comes with that too.
Yeah, but beating McGregor.
A lot of money comes with that championship.
Losing to
beat-
McGregor is
but
going to make him a lot of money.
Just fighting McGregor,
Yeah.
you'll get more money than any title.
Certainly.
What win or lose.
So if they do fight, who fights Colby? Does Colby just chill with the title? Or do you think someone else jumps in front of Conor and Jorge?
I don't think anyone jumps in front of him. I think Jorge and Conor just fight.
Winner
I
of
was thinking
winner
too,
of Leon Edwards.
honestly.
Yeah, go ahead, dude.
Yeah, Leon Edwards is on quite
Who's
a
he
streak
fighting?
himself. Leon Edwards' last loss
Woodley.
was to. Is he
Really?
fighting Tyron? Is that
who they
official?
Not official, I don't think.
I thought it was official.
Leon Edwards.
I thought
Leon
it was.
Edwards' last loss was to Kamaru Usman, the champ, and he's on a 8-fight win streak.
Basically, if Colby wins, I see the winner of Woodley Edwards fighting Colby.
Does that even happen?
And then Jorge just hangs out and fights Conor
Jorge,
instead.
yeah.
Oh, okay, I could
Jorge's
see that.
recovering.
I could see
so
that. For
Jorge
sure.
said he's not good till like April anyway.
That's okay because Conor has to fight in January.
Exactly.
It's January, February, March, April.
So if
3
Conor
months.
manages to win in the first 2 rounds of January, then he could fight again in middle of the year.
you see the first 2
May, June.
rounds.
April
Yeah.
or May. Yeah, so May.
That's what I mean. If he doesn't, then
If he doesn't win in the
may
first
take
2
off
rounds,
till
then
later in the year.
Cowboy
but-
takes it, right?
No. I mean, maybe.
You said first 2 rounds. You mean first 2 months?
No. I mean, if
What?
Conor wins in the first 2 rounds of that fight, he may fight again like 3 months later.
Oh, but you think
If
it
he
goes
takes the full 5 rounds or 3 rounds or 4 rounds, he probably won't fight again in 3 months. He'll probably
okay. I
wait
see what
till
you're
like
saying.
summer,
Okay.
like July.
Gotcha.
Right.
I don't even necessarily think Conor needs to wait even if it goes 5 rounds. I mean, 3 months, 4 months even is, I think, generally enough time.
8 weeks
and
is
I'm
usually
just
a
saying,
camp.
and I do not think it was a smart move. I do not endorse this move at all. But when Cowboy beat Ally Quinta after 5 rounds and then turned around and fought Tony Ferguson, like, what was that? Like,
That was crazy.
3 weeks later? That was insane. That was insane. That was a power move. He just put his dick on the table for that one.
He really did.
So is Frankie, though.
I would have liked to see that fight happen maybe a couple months after that, as opposed to as long as it was. A couple months after when it was actually scheduled. That would have been interesting.
Keep on touching his fucking mic.
It's just the thing.
Yeah, I
down
know.
there.
Don't tell it what to do.
And then I'm hitting this cord.
You boys got anything else?
Thanks for being on the podcast, Vinny.
Thanks, Vin.
Heck yeah.
You're the man.
I wish I'd scanned my fucking package.
I'll be back anytime.
Hell yeah, dude.
Bye, Zach.
What?
Bye.
Huh? What?
Hey.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Epstein did not.